if you want to see very heavy games on team fighting, I just want to see you can call those moments better. All of these days.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see who play better team fights. And I guess we'll see kind of looking to team fight and get underway into draft. What underway are they starting with? Looks like it's going to be a band. Morale starts out. Taking their time. Really, I mean, this is the playoffs. This is the point. Everyone's trying to figure out what exactly they're trying to figure out. I feel like this first time because everyone's trying to feel each other out.
Yeah, it's going to be really changing for me as well. So you see here, whenever they're broadcasting, it's like you see repeat through is going to kind of rain a little bit, but twice this season, the Premier 80 season, I'm not going to take away this last year here and towards some perfect things from both sides of the here. These open very places, Jesus, or these need to be bad at champion, not be loud.
Aurora is very good right now. Glad to see it. I mean, I do like to watch it, but I'm also like, that's too strong. I mean, you're letting that root setting stuff up. But I think the interesting part is band on the blue side. Normally that's about the right side band because it's the first pick option for a team. So that makes it GHG not be that comfortable on it.
Yeah. When is it a decent start here? I think it can be flexing between the players, can be taking that top in jungle, and it can be round rules open up a perfect area and a support and going towards a mere jungler, which we see a lot of vibrance going out the ones which don't not see was the other flex pick with Jax. So I'm liking they have taken stuff that they want and Premier pick one area. It's just so powerful right now. It's every moment left, right, center, but Smolder could be here for one dog. I'm not sure if that's easy or Taha, because when go jungle, still sold way here in draft.
I'm gonna come through for GHG. Solid pick go along with Smolder. You know how much I love these sometimes. So I those. And last pick on the top right. He's gonna be the Nico. Okay.
I think it makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. But just keeps us on our toes. They know where everybody's going, but wrong. That makes sense. Things that are just all of the best opportunity. Staying the hell away from that very damage. Really all will be taken away from what people reason while Galio taking the other side. So some of the team fighting options and scaling up have taken away. Especially now also being taken away. So being on start for a draft, I don't see any stylistic approach yet from either side as Smolder and then maybe heavy scaling or kind of poke damage when looking for flank on TV orientators like Larry, Jax and Nico. Jax wants to split towards Larry wants to engage and Nico wants to poke and can find that perfect opportunity. Then Ali on top of it. I feel like one is like we don't know exactly what we're doing, so let's just pick our great big things that's available.
Yeah. Coming out for GHG. I'm feeling like their comp overall is more cohesive right now. Like you said, IDs is kind of going for comfort, just kind of trying to feel the waters like, hey, can we just like skill diff this team is what I'm guessing it's feeling like for them. Vex, it's always fun to see. I think it's very good in this comp. But yeah, I feel like GHG, like they have a plan going into this as their baseline to build from. So I'm going to be interested to see how this develops for them. As the Fiora is the last pick for Ivy. Okay. These are definitely comps. One is definitely more of a comp than the other, I feel, though.
Yeah, things are looking a little bit strange here. I do really enjoy the fact that they have went for that Gwen in the jungle for Corndog. It's a great carry pick, a lot of potential for that. Cassante, great pick top. We've all seen what Cassantes can do. I'm a little bit confused about taking it into the Fiora. Fiora has been known to take over some of those lanes. It really is a skill matchup, but 90% of the time, if you're going to pick Fiora into it, you're comfortable on it. The Akali into Vex, not the greatest of picks. I play that one as a... because I'm in a tournament at the moment where I've been filled to mid lane, my worst possible lane, in a captain's draft, and it's like, oh, they have something that can go on me. I'm just playing Vex, because I just press W to get feared, I walk away. I'm never going to fight that thing, so... I think there's a lot of great options here for GHG. It's just there's so much more carry potential, I believe, for the side of ID here, as they have so much more individual talent in their picks.
Have to see how this goes on. Get underway onto the Rift. Game number 1. Number 2 GHG versus number 3 ID.
Summoner's Rift.
Very color coordinated, I will say, for the side of GHG. A lot of pinks and purples and reds. Good color
30 seconds
coordination.
until
Love to see
minions
that with the team.
spawn.
Gotta see the rest of ID. Not as color coordinated. I'll give the color coordination starting when that goes to GHG.
They're starting it off at a decent pace. Yeah, they're starting it off at a decent pace. A lot more on the side of ID to cover up for themselves on the invade there. Yeah, this looks like a nice kind of standard. We'll look for something. If we don't find it, we'll all step away. It's fine.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, I am kind of interested to see more than anything else this mid lane. That's the matchup I'm keeping my eye on, is the Vex and Akali, because you don't want that Akali getting too far ahead where no one can deal with it. But Vex can also be a roaming monster if you give them a lineup for that ult. But they will ping that ward, they will clear it out, they will get that extra XP as well, while they continue their barrage into that red side.
Try to start with these Raptors, so I'm gonna expect some vertical jungling gonna happen between these two. It should be they spotted on the ward. Meanwhile, though, I think it's gonna be kind of chill for a little bit. I feel like we're gonna not see a massive amount of action, at least till level 6 for most of these.
It'll be nice and quiet for them. Let's be honest, it's gonna be nice and quiet. We don't mind that either. We like a nice slow tempo sometimes to a game, but Corndog already matching on the other side of the jungle, obviously knowing that Jackson will be heading in there. We'll get that for the moment. And I want to talk about this top lane a little bit, but I want to ask you some questions. When does Cassante become unbearable in an even lane?
Ooh, that's a rough one. As someone who is absolutely miserable at the top lane, I would assume around level 7.
Okay. Just sometimes you need to drill your co-cast with a little bit of information and say, Cassante at 6 is terrifying if Fiora can parry it if they're quick enough. The only thing you have to watch out for though is that level 8 when cooldown start to get that little bit lower. You're not far off, and I'll give you that as a point. Nonetheless,
Yeah, we take those.
that is bad drafting.
Dude, 44 is bigger than 55. You've heard it here, folks. Pro Crumps confirmed.
All my small kings rejoicing in the chat.
But GHG with a pretty big lead in the Pro Crumps draft score for this game. And I can't blame them. I feel like their team is more cohesive in a fight. ID's like, there's always that fear with this kind of comp that it only needs one champion to pop off. Fiora, Akali, Jerry. Only one of them needs to pop off of this becomes absolutely for GHG. But it's also just so much harder execution because there is no real front line for this team. Jax, I guess, is the most who's got a real tanky front line, but you could just get knocked out of there by Cassante. It's not and Gwen, Vex, do really good jobs. Braum does really good kiting. It feels like you have this comp trying to be, at least to me, for ID. They want to just solo carry this game. So kind of trying to see if they can solo carry the lanes. And almost feels like they're doing it to see where they should target for the rest of the series. Because if they win in that one lane in these very aggressive, very greedy matchups, that feels to me like a target for the rest of the season. You know, like if Teal starts just losing it up for 14th reason, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough for the rest of the series. So to me, this comp feels like it's really, really testing the waters with like where GHG is the week before players.
We do see them trying to invade onto Corner here, trying to clean out their own Raptors. Their chickens have been pilfered here, at least the last 3 by Zark. But what I like to call a team like this, where they're trying multiple things and trying to poke out a thing, I like to call it the acupuncture comp, because it's multiple pressure points they're trying to hit and see which one they really need to focus on. So they'll start off with the spine of the team, they'll try and get something in the jungle, see if they can keep Corndog down with this Jax. Jax is trying to invade, working with his team to try to get something going. Then they have the kind of central one, so they're able to go all in here, but nothing lands on. His shield finds the gap.
Yeah, Corndog almost dies there as the flash. Now Teal's just getting good poke off on this Vex. Probably gonna trade back a little bit, but yeah, the Vex pick going well. You were saying it was all about the counter jungle, but it looks like Corndog's the encounter. Now Cammy got to deal with this rogue minion. Always trying to get out of there, trying to dodge any stuns. Does manage to dodge it, but can he get out? Gonna dodge the W as well, and the bomb to block with the shield. Very good play right here, but here comes Corndog. The flash from Yard is not gonna be enough, and First Blood's gonna go over to GHG.
Yeah, Corndog there. Oh, as we do have a kill in the mid lane as well. I was just looking at the bottom there to see the health bar start to go down, and the 14 Reason actually takes up Teals there. Corndog getting one, but 14 Reason trading it back after so much trading in that mid lane, but both flashes burned there, so a great catch for Akali is what it seems like. Yeah, that's definitely going to open up some more of this game, but I'm starting to get worried now. The comps are starting to look a little bit more messy the longer this one goes on, because if your pressure points are going to be Akali and Gwen, then you don't really do well against each other. They kind of want to ignore each other, right?
Yeah. But I think a lot of the engage is going to come either off of Vex ultimate, or it's going to be a flank from the Cassandra. I think that's what as Teals beat up a little bit more in this mid lane. Vex, I feel like Vex is going to has a little bit of trouble. Or actually have, like, honestly, the poke early on, but it is an Akali. A little annoying to deal with. You never know. Dark, he's coming up to the top side. First Skedaddle for Spike goes too long. Looking for a flank opportunity. Actually, they're looking for Corndog here. Trying to just steal this drop off of him. Is he going to smite it? He's not going to get it. Ooh, Gwen's getting actually super low up here. Skedaddle trying to see if he can maybe pick something up, but he is 3 versus 1, and he will fall. Gwen's going to get the heal and the kill off of that.
Yeah, getting messier and messier as this game goes on. As we didn't get to see the start of that, but I feel like Skedaddle might have ulted Fiora over the wall towards that fight, and then it kind of just fell apart. It just didn't work out for kind of the way they wanted it to, and we will return to lane states of that side here, where it's just a death here for Yard while there's 2 assists available, and it's a decent sizable CS lead starting to build up for Wheeler if they can keep Cammy off of this one. But what are we looking for as stacks right now for that smaller? That's what we need to keep an eye on. We'll land the first one. There's the Zeri ult actually being used. That's big.
Yeah, that's big. I'm surprised that got dropped on us, so that didn't feel really necessary, but it's not really that threatening to Zeri. Now Corndog is on the way down. They haven't spotted him. Would be an opportunity. They're going to stay around. They really want to try looking at Cammy, but I think they may smell something up. They're going to back right on off. This game is, you know, it's a very good start. Both these teams on the side of GHG, the Blood are managing to play this relatively slowly, and they're getting this dragon control. But for the side of ID, 2 kills already. One on your Fiora, one on your Akali. We said those are, you know, champions that could really pop off this game, and GHG really needs to prevent from snowballing. Good start for ID, getting a kill on each of them. GHG is going to secure this dragon uncontested. No one's in the area. I don't think they any ball. First dragon of the game. Let's see what happened here. I think this is nope. Thought this was a replay for a moment.
Nope, we're flying forward in time as nothing seems to happen, as Yarg now taunting in that river. Both of the bot lanes have been fairly quiet so far. They've just kind of been letting Zeri and Smolder farm up while the supports try and get control in that river, but we see Gwenage actually trying to get some damage down onto Skedaddle there, and Cammy will get some stacks for free here. We'll get rooted up though, and here comes Wheeler.
Yeah, Cammy having to dodge back. The ult from Taktit is coming, and Wheeler gonna be able to really finish it off. I thought that was gonna go right through. Ooh, Skedaddle ults right past Gwenge, is now continuing the turret. Oh, good for both these teams, GHG, we're actually going to have a slight back with the yard. Cammy, ooh, Cammy getting super low right there. Probably going to really have to back that up. Gotta be careful though, Yard is still hunting.
Yeah, there could be more happening as the bot lane is starting to get a little bit. I think the best word to use this for it is a little bit antsy. They're trying to find an angle to work with, but up in this top lane, Corndog is going to be able to chase down Fiora, and that isn't easy for a Gwen.
Yeah, Gwen's getting killed by his namesake. Corndog's gonna pick that up. Now, Yarg is really looking to hunt Cammy right now. So is Zark. Zark's down here too. They are gonna jump on in, looking to maybe get this Smolder, but on the top side here, Corndog gotta get away from it. But GHG's bot lane is staying around. The Vex is on the way. Yarg gets forward, the flash of the ultimate. They're looking for him. Cammy is gonna get low, he's gonna get flashed on, and he will go down. But he's gonna try to get out. Ult comes in from the Jack. Vex throwing so much damage here. Double kill for Teal. Can he make it a triple? The stun comes through, and he will fall. A triple kill for Teals on this Vex. Oh, that is exactly what you want for GHG.
Yeah, that is exactly what you want. That Akali lane has kind of been nullified now for how well it was doing. Vex getting 3 will definitely shake that mid lane up just a little bit. Juicy feels returning now. Hasn't got the back off just yet. GP will be coming up soon, so we'll see that soon. But also in the top side, you have to remember there was a second kill for Corndog. And we have a little bit more to work with here, as it is a interesting overlay happening right now.
Wow, we are seeing reality break here on the Rift. Zark's walking through the wall.
Aurora has broken the game. This is what Aurora sees.
Aurora has not even in the game, and we're gonna see a shutdown as Zark manages to pick up kills, and it's there we go. Oh, it is time. We are literally seeing time. Maybe this is a Zillion. This is a Zillion diff here.
Just thought I got this.
Hang on, we've got another fight going on. Corndog looking for Zark here, but he's not gonna be able to finish him. 14th reason, looking for a reason to pick up another kill here. That's stacks. This is gonna miss Corndog. Okay, so Rubs is the call here. Reality breaks. The fight also is gonna break out. GHG is looking to get into the Grub pit. Skedaddle teleports on in. They're going for 2 Grubs are down. Yard's gonna drop the ultimate, but can they pick anything up? Nope. Heel's gonna pick up the kill onto him. Now 14th reason trying to dance around, try to buy space. Gwen so and Zark are too scared to go on in. 14th reason is gonna ult to get on out with the R2. ID only loses 1. They get 2 Grubs. They're not gonna get the full 6 this time.
They're not going to get the full 6. You see, Mom has appeared on the Rift Wheeler. Now, Gordon into Akami. You wasted the Q.
Unfortunate for Cammy. Wheela just wheeling and dealing this game. This game is just all over the place. I love it. I love the fighting. I love the bloodshed. We wanted to see who can fight better. Well, we're seeing both teams are really taking that fight. One more team fights, the other more individual fights.
They're both putting on a show, that's for sure, as we do have a couple of seconds here where nothing should happen, where we're looking over, and top lane is pretty even at this stage, just 2 assists to 1 kill for Fiora, but when we look at the lane state, we're both in a pretty decent kind of area. Corndog with those 2 kills and slight CS advantage is looking quite comfortable, but it's all about those objectives now as Zark is going to try and get this break. It will be spotted. I think we'll eliminate the little bit of vision as they do seem to step in, and Tic Tac, he just knows exactly what to do here. There will be an all-in coming in from the Vex. It's going to be a great bomb over top to keep Zark away. They will pick up the break almost immediately as Corndog now looking for damage but not finding it, and will step back.
The dragon over to GHG. That Teal's just going balls to the walls. Like, I want to go in. I want to fight. It is a 4-2 and 0 Vex, so little strong right now. But overall, everyone out, everyone's fine, and GHG is looking pretty good this game. That's 2 dragons to their name now. start stacking these chem strikes, which will be, I think, really good, especially into Fiora and into Kali. That's big things. Things are looking up for GHG right now.
Looking up for GHG, decent leads, decent ability to team fight, but can they deal with the individual skill coming in from the other side, as we will expect to see Fiora start to get a little bit more presence in this top side, and especially with that TP up and available, if another team fight breaks out, Fiora will be able to travel to it. Jax will continue to scale. Kali is always going to be a monster, and Zeri, never forget about a Zeri. It will rip you to shreds if you get half a chance. But everything has calmed down now, Raptor. And it's 2 Drakes we have to keep an eye on, as well as that sole option could open up a very easy win condition for GHG.
Yeah, should be a very easy win. They're not con for them. ID though, I think we have to start watching them. Backing up. Right now the call is everyone wants to kind of fight for this Herald as ID is the first onto the ball. It's going to be starting up. The teleport coming through from Gwen. Okay. They really want to contest. The Skedaddle is low, so they might need to back up here. Doesn't really have that much mana either. GHG may not be able to really contest, especially without their Smolder. Being a little nervous.
Don't have those knockouts. No fear on this man whatsoever.
Nope, 14th reason going in particular. Now, they're in mid lane gonna be the price I have to pay for this Herald. Is gonna drop. They're gonna start rotating down to the bottom side. Tactics looking. 14th reason also looking here, but the teleport coming through from Skedaddle. Little deep there. He is surrounded right now. He's gonna drop the W. Oh, the flash from the Akali. Gonna get drop Rommel too. One for 2 and ult and a flash burn. Oh, but they're looking for more. Zarya going down. Running out, trying to get out of here. Yard almost gets the Zarya gonna pick up a kill onto Rom. Gonna drop the Gwen. 2 for nothing for ID.
2 for nothing. Nice pickups there as they continued the assault there and kept chasing down targets and always bringing extra members. Teals did get a 4-man fear, but no one to follow it up, and call from Skedaddle TP to that was quite strange because they peeled away from the fight. They used the Braum ult, the Vex ult was also used during that, and there was just not much left to fight with, so it all just came apart really quickly. But more importantly, things are quite even across the board. There's a tower here and some grubs there, etc. and Drakes, yeah, but gold is what we're looking for, and right now it's actually quite even.
Yep. Almost dead even. 100 gold separates these 2 teams. UHG been stacking up those neutrals outside of the grubs, which they lost out pretty heavily on, but losing out in the CS department, especially on this bottom side, the gap is starting to widen pretty heavily. There is, however, a weak UHG in the mid lane, so that's always good.
Have a good time.
I love him, Joe. I love the silly things like the club. That dude was banned, a little jig. That's always good. Aiming towards the flash. Trying to look for a kill is gonna take him down. Deals with the TP, but a little too late there. And this poor Smolder is just getting bullied at the bottom lane.
Yeah, but you have to remember, Smolder has Mom, and eventually Mom will rip through a team, and they will scale and scale and scale, and that's when we'll see the true strength of that Smolder come true. But right now, they don't have the stacks, they don't have the abilities to do the damage. They try and chase down a Zeri, but you have to remember, that's a Zeri. That thing is fast.
Very fast champion. 140 Smolder stacks is what I am hearing from production. Thank you, production. Smolder, he's almost smoldering. He's suffering right now, but he's just building up his rage to take out on the side of ID. I dragging for themselves, slowing down the chem tech, the breaks, the almost top lane. Skedaddle and Gwen going at it. Gwen's looking for the heal, but it's not gonna happen. Skedaddle wins the 1v1.
Skedaddle gets the better of that engage and will get themselves some pressure in that top side. They might get the opportunity to even take down this tower as Baron does hit the rift. And we'll have a little bit of time before either team will really attempt that, as neither team are scaled or strong enough to take it just yet. I'm not seeing any Borks coming out or any Leandries, so it will remain healthy for the moment. But it's always in the back of your head is that like one team could sneak it here. That's what we got to keep an eye out for.
Can't let them really sneak it, especially if Fiora and Jax manage to get the Baron, sneak that through. It's going to be a 1-3-1. They're just going to split it. And it will be so annoying to deal with for the side of GHD. I mean, Skedaddle can deal with Gwen's, but I don't know if anyone else on their team is really in a position, like if both members of ID manage to try split pushing, if they can really match it. Teals might be able to, but then you're leaving, you know, this poor defenseless Smolder with Braum. I don't know if he'll be able to survive through 14th Reason, so gotta keep an eye on that. Gotta keep the vision. Right now, though, ID just control the vision, and Cammy just trying to just trying to scale up. Will fall. ID gonna pick that up. Now 1,500 gold up, so starting to build a little bit of a lead. But can they maintain it?
Can they maintain it? Big questions you're asking me here. Don't have all the answers for you just yet. But the tactics once again is that wrestling in a position, but this time you will get caught, he will get eliminated before we can see anything come from that one. Braum ult expended and no flash stepping that far in. I wish we'd seen the lineup for that a couple of seconds before to see exactly what happened, but Braum, you don't need to be in that position. That is a Baron being started up quite early.
Yeah, they're going to be started up for ID, no support. It's going to make it a little bit difficult for GHD to pilot. Those bottom layers haven't gone through. Yard going to burn the ultimate. Baron is not going down very fast. We're really going to need to get out of here. The flash from the start. Get out there, but kills, gets the ult, and Corndog is going to pick up that kill. Now they're looking for 14th Reason. The ult in this from Field on the follow-up. But Corndog continuing to go forward. They're looking for 14th Reason. It's just going to jump on out, force to flash, and R2 away. ID tries to start up the Baron, but loses one of them.
They lose one end of that, and will we see a Baron started in response? We shouldn't. That would be crazy. But they will just get their vision control back on that side. Make sure that they're staying safe on it. And look, the game is starting to explode a little bit more in terms of aggression from both sides. They're both looking to get that edge to help open up towers, open up objectives, give us those better opportunities, as they are going to get that top tower quite easily here. Teals and Corndogs. 14th Reason is just eating every wave possible, but will not be able to catch up to that Vex anytime soon.
That Vex is very, very far ahead right now. Almost. I think once Teal's back, we'll have probably another half item on him. So yeah, it's about 1,800 difference. So probably gonna have another half item on him. Zark and Yard are hanging around. They're thinking of diving this, but Teals will get out in time. So this top turret probably gonna actually not. Looking at it. Oh, they're actually still staying around. Okay, so they're gonna see if they can just grab Teals here. Wait, they're trying to push 14th Reason's trying to push this wave, and Zark and Yard still just hanging around. No one has fixed it out, but can they even get into anything if 14th Reason just gets blown up to start this all out? He's just trying to clear this wave. I think he smells something up. Oh, there are 4 members of ID here. They're looking to go in. That's one ultimate. Is it gonna be enough? It will be. And Teals will get shut down. I think that one over to Zark, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, I believe so, but so much used, and you can see across the rest of the map there wasn't anything for them to pick off or even think about grabbing there. It was just very quick, very clean, and they didn't have pressure in any other lane to try and get anything going, so a little bit unfortunate there, I think, for the side of GHG to not be in a position to pick up anything and to lose their mid laner, who has been so strong for them already. Skedaddle now in a 1 versus 3. Will they be dived again as he tries to step forward into it? Does get a knockback, but he's getting into the tower he goes, but no, it's not enough as Zark is there once again to clean it up.
Yeah, Skedaddle getting a little too aggressive there. Meanwhile, on the other side, though, Glenn's trying to just fight Corndog. He's looking for the heals, but it's not going to work. Corndog will pick him up. That's the call. Just go for the dragon. Give up his outer turret. Oh, no. He's going to manage to hold on to it. They manage to get... They trade 2. They lose 1 turret. They will pick up the dragon. Not put themselves on the 5 minutes time. It's going to be a very hotly contested dragon. I feel things are about to really explode when we get to that point.
Yeah, Soul is always one of those things that draws teams into those fights. The only thing is, it is Chem, and Chem is probably the worst one. I'm not going to lie, I absolutely hate Chem. If I see Chem and my jungler's already got 2 Drakes, I'm like, all right, let's just force anything else for the rest of this game, because it's just not the best. But Yard might be in a little bit of trouble here. Depends on tactics. You get that last one, they can, but the roots will keep them back. The slows from Wheeler. Yeah, it's doing okay for the moment. It looked like it could have been a decent catch, but just... Oh, that stun is too much. But Teals manages to kill it anyway. Never mind.
Yep, Teals just is like, the catch is just delayed. It's just catch. All right, we have the confirmation. Smolder is at 225. He is now officially Smolder.
He's now a champion. Before that, he's absolutely nothing, but he's doing okay for now. See what Smolder can do later in those fights. It's not quite release Smolder where it was pentakill every single game we saw him in any sort of competitive environment, but definitely still a force to be reckoned with here.
Yeah, well, that was his passive execute doesn't scale with his passive, like with the number of stacks he has, or at least not anywhere near as much as it was before. So that, I think that's reduced a significant amount of Smolder's power. It's scaled too much. I think they could probably reduce that a little bit. He just has very low numbers. Well, he's still higher than Raven currently, but he's a champion.
Better curve.
Yeah, better curve. And he's now he's online. We just got to see if he can actually navigate these fights. Because remember, there is still 14th Reason. They are 3-0-4. They are a very scary Akali. And, if there's one thing little Smolders hate, it is a scary assassin. Tear them apart for nothing. As Zark and Gwenge are kind of trying to push us in, but they are surrounded. Zark going to go over the wall, but Tactics is going to just barely miss him. Now Gwenge and 14th Reason are here. 14th Reason burns the TP. Yeah, it's being a little bit wasted now. Gonna have to back. Tactics is looking for Yard. Gonna hit the first few. Will he get any more stacks? And so far, it's a pretty risky dance they're going to do. Zark looking for the stun on the Tactics. Not gonna find it, but the teleport goes through. The back dog goes forward with the ultimate, and it's going to miss. Gives it a killing streak. Got to pick up 1, to pick up 2, but 14th Reason picks up another. Meanwhile, they do shut down the Fiora. Smolder will get shut down, but 14th Reason will as well. Wheela trying to dish it and wheel it, but a quadra kill will be the prize for GH.
Good speak about it. This Corndog is just the one you got to root for. 8-1 now on this Gwen, and once you get that angle for Gwen and you just get to rip through them, literally with the business, just keep on tearing, and it's just so demoralizing as well, because it's just such a sneaky champion that comes in and starts sniffing away with it, and it's just so much damage for the Baron. There's the ball as well. I don't think there's much chance of Nico will even steal this one, but really good position now. Get Baron, they should be able to crack at least bottom and maybe one of the inners, and then we're going to move towards that Drake to complete the trifecta of all objectives neutral done.
Time. 3-minute clock on the Baron. Ooh, I love to see that we have a timer for how long they have left with this. That's great. But I agree. I think they're going to push down this bottom turret. It's getting pretty low. I want to say it's at like 2% health. Yeah, it's about 10% of its health left. So pretty easy target. But actually, they're just going to kind of try to push it up mid lane. I think they're just a little scared with 14th Reason down there to really challenge this Akali. We saw, despite ID losing that fight, kill 2 members of GHG. So, gotta see if maybe 14th Reason can really do. He can pick off Teals. He can pick off Cammy. Even if Corndog is banished, is just to get over and pop off, I can still make it a 3v5. But you might have an opportunity here. THG kind of positioning for this dragon. It's going to be up in 25 seconds. Zark in 14th reason looking for someone that's a little bit too far forward. The rest of ID top side. Vila just trying to keep tabs on Cammy Keelam here in the mid lane. And GHG to play this very carefully. One wrong move and ID can take a mile and get right back into this game. Only about 1,000 gold down. It's very easy to get back and get one inner turret and a trade for their mid laner. And the dragon restarted up Corn Dog. Starts looking around 2 tactics down Zark, and it's just gonna be a free Chem Soul going over to the side of GHG.
Confused there on the idea there for ID. They were going to take a tower, they were going to maybe look to push out lanes and just give up the Drake for free. It's just, it always feels like you should be drawn to that fight, but maybe in their mind they're going, let's just go for Elder, let's just try and get that instead. It just didn't feel like they had made a choice as a team on what they actually wanted to do in that situation, but we'll see if it works out for them. It was a bit of a risky play, and yeah, I'm liking the fact that they're trying to unlock more win conditions here, GHG. I just wish they'd use the Baron to get more than just one tier 2.
Yeah, kind of wish they'd gotten another, but you know, Soul's worth it. You don't get not getting Zark going in, looking for Corn Dog. Wedge is here as well. Corn Dog dropping the ultimate, trying to run away, but it's gonna get shut down. Meanwhile, the teleport coming in from both top laners. The heal goes on in. Annie looking for something Skedaddle here on the side, but they're gonna lose the Smolder. Gonna lose another on the side. There's just Skedaddle and Tic Tacs. Wenge getting super low, but Skedaddle is doing so much damage. He will fall. A triple kill for the Fiora, and we are looking to clean this up. Tactics is going to manage to get away. It was a very messy fight, but ID comes out on top.
ID come out on top there, and they just pulled the trigger on a fight. Say, I've got Corn Dog here, and it was just starting that one up, called in the reinforcements, and they've ripped through them. They've taken everything they can. Now it's just a case of how much further can they push this one, because they can't push too far. If they go a little bit too deep here, they could lose more than they gain. Maybe available, but it could maybe get a flank angle on this, but for now it's just Corn Dog up. Cammy not available, Teals and Skedaddle still down, and it's just going to be some free towers. That's a big play coming into my ID.
Yeah, and that was just... I don't think they were expecting ID to be that aggressive, pushing into their jungle, really pushing on that blue tower. But it pays off. Wenge and Zark find the perfect angle in to get on to Corn Dog. And with Corn Dog down, really the big carry right now in this game, it quickly fall apart. Annie just not able to get back that fight. PhD, they really want to fight these front to back, but it's so hard when the ID that's looking for picks that's trying to set up the plays and fights. They've got to really be able. They've got to not be able. They've got to keep an eye on where the positioning is. Bottom side, Corn Dog gonna back it up. Everyone's just chilling out.
Yeah, Teals. Oh, he hits the shield. He hits the Banshees. Ult lost there for Teals, and that's a big miss now coming into what could be a Baron fight. It should be, might be back up in time, but that was just a little bit scary there, like hitting that point blank and not getting to go in on it. That's gotta just...
I think the ult works. There's still 45 seconds, and it's already halfway to getting back, so should be back up in time for this Baron fight, if not just seconds after it respawns. The ID looking for some top side set up. Not really no vision around the Baron outside of the scuttle. Everyone really playing cautiously, just wanting to carefully set things up, set up their lines, set up the minion waves, get this vision up, and get ready, because this fight around Baron could be big. We thought it would be the fight around the soul point, but it's gonna be the fight, I think, around Baron. Everyone is jockeying around here, but the Fiora on the flank could be really big. 14th Reason also on the flank. I think Cammy, Corndog, and Tactics have realized they are in a lot of trouble. Cammy goes over the wall. The ult from Gwenge looking for Corndog. Gets taken down. Teals goes on in and Skedaddle here in the back. Everyone trying to scramble. Gwenge gonna get shut down. Cammy gonna pick up one kill. The Akali will get one, but it will be traded back. Cammy gets a second. Yard goes forward, hits two with the ultimate. And now Teals gonna pick up one kill. Wheela picks up one, picks up two, but the Smolder gets a triple. Now looking for the Quadra. He's gonna make a name for himself here, and he is not quite gonna find it. Wheela's still on the run. Cammy trying to hunt him down as GHG gets engaged on, but they're the ones that come out big on this fight. Cammy still hunting for Wheela, but Wheela healing up like crazy right now. I don't think 350 on the Smolder stacking. Cammy, ooh, almost got engaged there by Wheela, trying to dish in and out. The W is gonna miss, and he is gonna shut him down. Cammy wins in the 1v1 for the extended ace.
Extended ace, but they can't get any objectives off of that. Everything's going to slow down now as a lot of time was spent trying to chase that down. No towers will be taken, and they may have padded the wallets individually, but as a team, they're just about even. I still think they need to do a lot more in terms of trying to work down those objectives, because if you can't get into the base, you're not going to win.
Yeah, you gotta be able to get into it, and Wheela, fantastic to buy as much time as he could. Had the 80 carry chasing them, so they weren't able to push onto anything. They weren't able to go over to Baron, but GHG is starting it up now. They think, ID thinks it's gonna be for the Elder. They're gonna trade this here, actually. Don't realize no one else is here. GHG, though, is smelling something is up. The Dragon is going down a lot slower than the Baron. Baron should fall now. And now GHG rotating on over. They realize something is up. The Smolder ult comes in from over the top, but not going to pick anything up. Why need a Smolder when you can just have 5 Smolder passives and executes? GHG and ID do trade the big neutral objectives. And now the question is, where's the next fight going to happen? Because you can tell they're both itching to get some action on here.
If I was GHG, I'd actually be focusing on maybe trying to get some pressure on one of the lanes, try to get one of those towers. But instead, they're going to opt in to try and get a pick here. But they will get spotted out by the Chem scrying plants. Clear out the vision as well. They have absolutely nothing on where the remaining members are. It will be a full reset coming in for everyone but Corndog, who stays on the rift and now has 2 slowly gliding into the jungle here. As Fiora and Gwen will meet, spot each other. Nico will return to the mid lane, and we'll see everything slow down once again.
Push, though, now is on with ID. They have the Elder, so they can take the fights, but they can't do anything about these waves. The Baron empowered waves are preventing them really getting to push this in. They're going to stop them as 14th Reason goes on in. He's looking for it. He's in the smoke cloud. He's trying to hide. Cammy not going to die, but Corndog going forward, looking for Wheela. Wheela will fall. Corndog's going to pick up one kill. Yarg is going to fall as well. And now Teals going on in, looking for Zark, but is going to find Gwenge instead. Gwenge, though, on the run. They might have the Elder, but ID do not have the fight, and Tactics has found Zark. He has managed to stop the back. Doesn't have the empowered one. Skedaddle is here, and Zark is not long for this world. He is going to fall. 14th Reason trying to stop the minion wave, but there's still a couple minions up here with GHG. They're trying to push this wave in. Tactics looking for 14th Reason. Doesn't know where he's at. Does spot him, though, with the red trinket. Now 14th Reason has to use the ultimate to try to run. Flashes away. Gwenge gonna manage to pick up Corndog there on the side. Cammy, though, gonna break the turret, and now Gwenge trying to use the W, the riposte, to get out of there. Will just manage to, but will probably lose his inhibitor. 14th Reason is being just kind of tracked all the way back to the base, and GHG managed to get the inhibitor, but not much else. The teleport coming on through, though. Gwenge is looking, finds Skedaddle. The ult comes in from Teals. Gonna go on in and gonna try to look for the stun. The riposte will stop it, but Teals will still pick up the kill and go on a killing spree.
Yeah, some really good work there from GHG. Finding a very strange pick, I would say, as I don't think Wheeler should have ever been caught in that position, but it happened, and they managed to finally crack the base as well. More importantly, that's what we were looking from them, at least I was. I want to see them crack that base. I want to see them make their impact on it, and finally get to see it happen. Great work from them, and still all eyes on TES versus 14 Reason. Them two seem to be the biggest difference makers when it comes to these team fights.
Yeah, they're just massive differences in the fights. If 14th Reason finds the squishies, it is all over. But the Smolder, he does have Guardian Angel now. The Vex has Zanya's. It's going to be really, really hard for 14th Reason to really find a pick at this point in the game. Really needs to look for Corndog, see if you can just shred him, because Corndog is such a damage threat. But you've got TES, you've got the Smolder who's now scaled up. If you only have, like, there's just so many targets now. We were talking about ID, any one champion could pop off in the game, but GHG, same thing. All of their champions can eventually scale up, and now, how does ID really pilot these fights?
Yeah, the question is, how can these pilot these fights? I think the best thing for them to do now on the side of ID is to just start pulling people to side lanes. Never get into those big fights. Make sure that you're keeping Nico on the front to make sure they stay away from everything that could possibly hurt them. And just pull everyone to the side. Skedaddle can do decent work against Gwenge, but Fiora is getting closer and closer to that unkillable, health-resistant monster. And then 14th Reason should be able to get a decent assassination off at any point, but there we go. Never mind, Yarg's going to go in, get a massive root and a two-man setup, but will they get any from this? His mom comes screaming down. Yarg now low. Kami's unstoppable. They will pick up Yarg. We will see Sark on the other side against TES. TES goes into Zonies, will require the help from the rest of their team. Flashes forward. Will they be able to save TES in time? Fleeing down, out, good to go, as it will be immediately reset as they're trying to stop Fiora in the base.
Yeah, the Fiora just trying to rip into the base, but the fight does go over the way of GHD. They just can't get TES. They can't kill Kami. They get Corndog, so they've at least done that, but the Smolder still stands, and there's an open inhibitor. There's long death timers. This could be the push to end the game. GHG, they're all kind of running it there. I think they're going to try to end the game right here. Tactics and TES have pushed the wave in. Nope, they're going to just back up. I think they realize they're not going to be able to really push this Fiora. They're actually trying to bait Gwenge. Going forward, they're going to try to hit this stun. It is going to land. Kami trying to blast him. The ult's going to come through. There is no more riposte, and he's going to go godlike. Kami, what a beautiful bait by the Smolder. Now the push is on. Wheela is up. Yarg is up. 8 seconds on 14th Reason. Just 2 on Zark. But the first inhibitor turret will fall. I mean, Nexus turret will fall. Now GHC trying to back it up, but they are being tailed. Can they get out the teleport from 14th Reason? TES goes on in. He finds Yarg with the ultimate. And now Zark, Wheela, they've got to buy some space. TES hits the ult. Is he going to go on in? No, he is not. Doesn't really have the mana to follow up. Zark trying to just stop this minion wave, but they've got a super. Tactics trying to stop Wheela from blasting through. Wheela trying to get the ult, trying to clear the wave, but it will fall. TES getting engaged on, but Zark on the side there. Wheela also trying to get through. The Nexus is just dropping, and it will fall. GHG will pick up game number 1.
That was a crazy first game. There is no other way to put it. There was magic in that game, and there was a lot of it. Like, we have to kind of look back again and go, Smolder can eventually just 1v9 a game, and it all came down to Kami at the end. But TES, big kind of shout out for the start of that one. They did a lot of work to set themselves up for that one, and I don't know what to say, Raptor. That game really sets us up for a really good best of 5.
Yeah, like I'm excited. I saw big plays from both sides. I saw moments when either team could have run away with this game. GHG gonna take it though, and I am excited too. Like this was very exciting to see. I think both teams saw places that they can make improvements, but also saw some points that they really had going well. Mid lane for the side of ID looked scary. 14th Reason was just a monster. Wheela also doing some good job. Some good work there. Skedaddle for the side of GHC, Corndog, TES. You saw there's highlights for both. So I'm excited to see how both of these teams adapt as we head towards game number 2.
Yeah, we'll be right back in just a few moments with game 2, and we're very excited to see if GHG can continue on this rampage or ID can bring this one back. But please don't go anywhere. We'll be just a few moments.
to protect your soul.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Vanquisher League. I'm Raptor, joined by Sater. We just saw a very hectic and wild game in GHG, managing to take the first dub. What'd you think of that game, Sater?
It was definitely a game of League of Legends. It was definitely one of them. Look, I don't want to go too much into what happened that game because I feel like a lot of it was very messy. I feel like there was a lot of missteps by both sides and a lot of heavy carries from both sides. So overall, it was definitely a game of League of Legends. That's the best way I can put it. I want to see a little bit more cohesion in team fights and maybe a little bit more macro presence from both sides because it always seemed to just cultivate into a team fight when there was opportunities to definitely work on the side lanes and try and drag people around the map a little bit more. It always seemed a little bit flustered from both sides. So maybe it's just first game jitters. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of that in game 2, but that's what I'm hopefully going to see from these sides.
Yeah, I'm hoping we see. Well, I'm hoping we see continued action. Like that for me. That's what I want to see. I wanted to see more bloodbaths, more fighting, just all over the place. Even if it is a little hard to keep track of sometimes, I do love it. I do love to see teams continue to be aggressive, continue to look for opportunities. As we are moving on into the draft right now for game number 2. Let's see what these two teams have managed to change up.
Yeah, as we do go back into draft, Vi is going to be the first one taken away. If I remember correctly, Lissandra was on the other side of this one, and we saw the Aurora ban, and more just comfort picks, but Talon was another one of the ones that will be taken away once again.
I'm going to see what they've got Lissandra. Okay, ID going back with that. I'm actually curious if GHG will continue to ban the Aurora, or if they'll threaten to leave it open this time. Now they have swapped sides, so like I think this ban right here will be really telling for ID. At least in my mind. Okay, the Lucian. Okay, so they at least feel comfortable on Aurora. They don't feel they have to ban it. That's not if GHG is comfortable playing into it here. Oh, the Gwen actually going to be banned. Okay, so they don't want Gwen to get signature champion, but that does leave the Aurora open. Will ID first pick it here? It is such a strong pick. 43's not such a good game.
I'm going to be into that Zeri, even if it was Zeri that got caught at the end of the last game, when also being one of Corndog's picks. So I'm surprised to see them take that away and him not being comfortable playing into that one, but they will pick up the Aurora themselves on the other side, and I can't wait to see the Furry Fox just take over once again like Ari did all those years ago.
Aurora. All right, so the Aurora for GHG, the Misfortune as well. This is now pre the visual update for her graphics, for her abilities we saw today, so could still be the super sneaky pool party ultimate that you can't see in the river. Yone gonna come through for ID, so that's gonna be their answer to the Aurora here. Now for their last pick of the first half, I'm guessing support. It will be the Leona.
Yeah, you have to take that Leona away from the Misfortune. Way too easy of a combo to pull off in that bot side. It was originally called Sun Bullets back in the day, where you just drop the sun and then bullets just rip through teams. But Alistair, always a good answer to that Leona, as you can just headbutt away the engage from the Zenith Blade, as you will see the second phase of bans coming through. And it's surprising you're going to take away the Fiora. I thought the Fiora done decently, but not incredibly. So maybe a better matchup coming through for the Cassante, unless it gets banned.
Yeah, they may have just been pre-predicting that the Cassante ban was going to come through. So that both those top laners will be gone. We will see new top laners this game. Mostly new champions just across the board besides the Zeri for Wheela. And let's get Zeri. The Lilia going to get banned too. And the Shyvana. Okay, so second phase of ban picks. I feel like we're going to see jungle here for GHG. They're going to leave top as the counter pick. What's it going to be? It's going to be the Udyr for Corndog.
Yeah, an interesting pick for sure. It's like that middle engage kind of style, but it can pack a heavy punch if left unchecked. So I have to keep an eye on see what that one goes through, as Leandri's will start to rip through teams. They will match that though with an AP jungler, which has been the flavor of the month so far. Morgana will be jumping into the Rift, ready to Black Shield up onto Zeri and Yone, keep them safe. But Set will be heading into that top side. Punches galore, as what will be the counter matchup for this one. A lot of people do like to take the likes of Renekton into this. I don't really enjoy seeing Renekton too much, but we will see Udyr top Kindred jungle coming through, which I enjoy so much more, as I am a filthy Kindred one trick when it comes to jungling.
Thought you were a B champion one of these. Where's the B Kindred? Satyr, come on.
No. But there's no B Kindred. It's Porcelain all the way. One of the best skins in the game.
Really,
Absolutely
I'm
gorgeous thing.
I'm more a fan of what's that? Spirit Kindred.
No. Too old. It's either Furry Friends or Porcelain every single time from now on. They are absolutely brilliant. And plus, we have the World Skin coming soon, don't we? We have the DRX one. We already got the DRX one. I think I actually have it. I just don't use it.
Should probably use it then. How could you not use a world's winning skin? But both these teams set up as we head on into the game. Satyr, give me your thoughts on these comps.
I'm a lot happier with ID's idea going into this one, with Yone Set and then pulling in the AP jungler alongside Zeri. I think it has a lot more available to it in terms of a team's cohesion. They just know they can go forward, and that's their idea. Get those stuns down, send in the Yone, put in the pause, make sure you get that in every single time. But they have really good ideas going into it, which I like to see. My one kind of problem with it is it can be heavily affected by Aurora and Misfortune's ults combining and just kind of taking over the game from that point. So there could be a little bit of a mess coming through for this one.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of a messy game. Let's see how it develops. I'm excited to see the set as a set enjoyer myself. Like, I know you're a Kindred one trick. If I never really play top lane, but if I have to, it's almost always set myself. So I'm excited to see that coming on into this game. Into the Udyr, I haven't seen a massive amount of it lately. So I'm not sure if maybe Gwen just got a little.
My current
trick.
jungler is an Udyr one trick. So I've seen quite a lot of it, and it has been really, really strong. I think we played a scrim earlier today, and I was playing mid, and I was feeling comfortable. I was like, I think it was 1-0. It's like, yeah, this matchup's going fine for me. Lucian versus Ezreal is fine. I looked down, and Udyr was like 4-0. I was like, okay, cool. This game's just won. So it has a lot of strength in it, and it has a lot of pressure. It also covers that AP just a little bit, and it's able to get into that grubs quite easily. But in the top side, I think it's actually a lot weaker than if it were in the jungle. So a little bit surprised by it, just a little bit.
Yeah, not something you see much, and as we're still waiting for the unpause from these teams, see if production might know what happened there. Okay, I'm hearing it is just internet issues.
Tech issues, as always.
Yep, it's always the tech and internet issues. I feel that. I feel that on a personal level. I can't tell you how many games I've been playing lately of like TFT, and then suddenly it lags, and suddenly my units go flying everywhere. It's just a mess. But the pause is about to end, so we're gonna get back on into the game. ID versus GHG, game number 2. Let's go.
Eventually.
That's the longest zero I've ever seen.
You see my bank account, AO.
Oh no. Oh no, Satyr.
I was talking about multiple zeros, but right.
Alrighty. So we've got I think it's gonna be a pretty standard start. I can't imagine too heavy an invade, especially with the Alistair there. Really easy to stop anything kind of happening. But tactics is a little aggressive here. Trying to keep an eye on 14th Reason. Might try to look for a ward. Doesn't know that there's no one else in the area. And Corn Dog starting topside too. Okay, so they're both going to start topside. And once again, it's going to be the blue side with the really big advantage here in the draft. Actually, even bigger win chance for ID than GHG had in the game number 1. Almost 57% chance here Pro Comps has given them for the win.
Yeah, some interesting numbers there, and that graph always seems to be just the wrong size these days. But more importantly, as I drop everything off my desk, keep an eye now on what the pathing will be like for these two junglers. It looks like a double bot side start or top side start.
Yeah, I think both will start top. Oh, hang on. We do have Skedaddle seeming to have found Zark here. Going on forward. Gwen's trying to stop him, continuing that push right there, but he's also going to get run down. The fire is just kind of burning at him, and he knows he took E, so Gwen is definitely going to be in a rough place to start out this lane.
Yeah, it's all down to Skedaddle now. It's like what you want to do as Udyr here is try keep them off of that wave, try keep them away from the XP, and try force your levels on them very, very early. And seeming to start that one off perfectly, as we do see Kindred actually going across that wall, looking for an invade here onto Zark, who might be in a little bit of trouble if they don't realize Kindred is on the way, and there it is.
Yeah, Kindred is here. Zark's going to have to back up. Doesn't really have anything. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure Zark started with Q, so he's going to have a miserable time clearing the jungle. And now being counter-jungled, doesn't get to start a buff, is really behind. This is just not it. This is not the start you want if you're ID.
Yeah, that is the worst possible start you can go for. They do manage to take the Wolves, so they did have their level 2. They just cannot fight Kindred at those early stages, and giving over a stack that early could be detrimental to your team. But we will see that blue buff started up. Zark does have that smite available in about 2 to 3 seconds, so all speed here, but Teals and Kami both just collapsing on his Morgana. Flash will be expended. Alistair, will they will flash as well.
They are looking for it. It's going to be first blood going over to Cammy. Can they get anything else? 14th Reason looking to maybe try to find something, but now Corndog on the hunt. 14th Reason trying to run back towards the turret. They've at least managed to split the 4 up, so not going to lose anyone else. But man, ID's jungle situation is just going from worse to bad to worse really here. And Zark just cannot find, Zark's got no blue, no red, no jungle, no kills. It's like this. Have you ever seen that Luigi meme? Like, you know, of the Luigi of the Luigi plush, and like the guy cuts a piece off of it, and he keeps like, Luigi's got no arms, no legs, no nose. That's Zark, but with jungle right now. I'll have to show you this meme in the after the game.
Yeah, in the break, just send it over real quick. We'll have a quick look at that one. But I was thinking more like the Kendrick. I hate the way that you talked, the way that you walk.
No.
Even the way that you dress. But regardless, as we do go back into this one and have that lovely pause timing that the Riot client implements to actually protect the pause and absolutely kill our idea of what's going on in the game. We'll have a very quick look and see, and I don't even think Kindred got that stack off of the Morganas. They weren't actually able to get the assist, so small misplay there. Kindred really wanting that one. Will get that mark on the top side more than likely, with Zark being a little bit weaker still. But both junglers, they haven't got CS. Kindred just has more camps available to them.
Yeah, just has had more camps, but managed to get the buff camp, so I'd say that is a win overall. And also just holding Morgana back. Like, Kindred just needs to pick up kills to scale, and 14th Reason might be one of them. But back out, Teals gonna be saved by his jungler. Zark is here, though. They could still look for this play. Doesn't know he's spotted on a ward. But Teals is gonna back on off.
Yeah, we'll have to step away from that one for now, as the solo bolo in the top side.
Yep, solo kill up top. Skedaddle just barely managing to finish that off. Zark is here trying to maybe pick something off on the back of it. The W is going to drop. The Q as well is going to be dodged. Skedaddle with a little dance and a little ghost is going to get on out just fine. And that's always rough to see if you're set when the Udyr gets a little bit of a lead like that. It wins the 1v1, because if he gets some AP and he comes back on this, which he is going to come back with that ring, it's the seal, technically the dark seal. It's gonna be rough. Like those Phoenix stances are just going to hurt so much.
They are, and you're rocking the full starter item build set right now. Nothing but min-maxed, as he will send in that empowered Phoenix to not even hit Gwenage, because you need to be in it or closer to your target for it to move as fast as possible, and was just not close enough that time around. And we will have a little bit of a lull moment here, as neither jungler seems to be preoccupied with going towards that Drake right now, so we could have a very slow game in terms of objectives.
Yeah, much slower pace this game than we saw last time when it was just kill after kill. But wait, hang on. 14th Reason looking for Teals. But he's not going to find a reason to get that kill just yet. As both the mid laners traded up. But yeah, it's slowed down the pace after the crazy first couple, like 3 minutes of the game. It's starting to slow down a bit. Everyone's kind of going into more standard patterns now. GHG looking to kind of set up for this dragon, it looks like, because the Ocean Drake is going to get started up. Yeah, Cammy's going to start it. Going to block some of that Vision Zark, though does know that they're up to. Teals, 14th Reason, trading at it. Zark, maybe looking for a pick, see if maybe they can pick off Teals there on the side. I don't know if he's going to contest this. Doesn't have flash. Can only really use the W to try to take it, but kill's going to go over to Corndog, and GHG on the board with the neutrals.
Yeah, they do get their first Drake, and there will be the obvious trade on the other side, as Skedaddle still getting the better of set in terms of this trade, but do got to watch out for that Falcon Punch in the return, as they will actually send up the 14th Reason as well. Udyr, got to be careful now, as that Yone could do some work, but Grubs is on the menu.
Yeah, Grubs are on the menu, but not for 14th Reason. He's looking for Skedaddle. Skedaddle trying to run away. Gonna get dunked down by Gwenge. He's still running, though. He's still not dead, but he will fall. Gwenge gonna pick up that kill. Good ultimate usage from both of them, but you know, on the bottom side, Wheela takes a pretty rough trade coming out. And now Corndog here trying to get these grubs. Is gonna lose the first one. It's the one that really matters for the stack. They're just going to have to back on up. 14th Reason looking to go forward, though. Teals jumps on in with the ultimate. Oh, 14th Reason is stuck, but he's going to get to ult on out. And ID comes out ahead. Yeah.
Just about. Yeah, just about. It was a little bit sketchy there for a couple of seconds, and we have to keep our eye on it. But yeah, for the moment, that's really, really good to step out of that one, survive, stay strong, and unstoppable to break that wall that you can't usually get through. But Corndog once again just being a nuisance here for the side of Zark, as they will pick up that blue, and kindred marks so far 0 still.
Ooh, that's always unfortunate. I thought you got a couple at the beginning of that with the fight that had broken out around Zark and going in to steal the blue. I thought he
No
might have
assists,
gotten one.
no kills.
Yeah, no assists, no kills, no stacks, no nothing here for the side of GHG with their jungler. Corndog not having quite a bloody snowbally game as he did last time on the Gwen, but still potential here. Just needs to get a couple stacks on, and it can really turn around this game. Zark managing to honestly do pretty well despite how rough a start he had to it all. Still managing to come out, stay pretty even in CS. Now with the back, will be basically dead even with his counterpart.
Yeah, definitely getting up in that CS department and doing some decent work in that. But Teals right now in a lot of trouble, as Yone looking to do some damage, but will not go in with that Q3 to try and catch them, even though they're invisible. There's always a chance you can get it. Decent damage back, but Aurora needs that ult to really do some damage. Will be a step off from the Yone, as there is more people just hiding around right now, trying to find this Yone, as Yone is going to opt to try and get something going. There will be a steal there, I believe, for Corndog. They might have got that one. I'm not 100% sure, but right now Yarg will blast Cone away, and it's aggressive here from GHG immediately.
Yeah, Cammy really looking for Yarg. They really want this red buff. Wheela is here Teals as well. Here comes the Yone. Everyone's just down here. Teals drops the ultimate, though. Wheela drops his, and Yarg's going to go in. The Kindred ult will drop, so no one's going to fall just yet. But Yone comes on in. Yarg's going to pick up 1. They're going to pick up 2. They're going to grab 3 here. It's a disaster for GHG. They're not going to get anything as all 4 members fall. It's a team-wide kill. Everyone picking up 1. Can Gwenge get 1 here against Skedaddle? Do not think so. He's getting run down here. Skedaddle trying to pick him up. The haymaker going to come through. Will it be enough? Yes! Every member on ID managing to pick up a kill.
Yeah, just messy over-aggression there from GHG. They should have been happy with just the stack. Staying for the red was a little bit overzealous, and then just giving up more and more as the fight continued to go, and they'll be kicking themselves for that one for sure.
100% agree. That was not what you want to see if you are if you're the side of GHG. You're trying to be aggressive, trying to make plays, and just losing everyone like that. And the gold also not, it's not even just on one person. They can't just target one guy. It got spread out across the entire team in that fight. So it's going to be a little rough for them trying to find a way to claw back in. Now down 3,000 gold, 11 minutes in. Yarg looking for a kill. Zark's on the way to Wheel as well. The ult will drop. Tactic trying to get onto Cammy. Save his 80 carry, but Wheel will pick up the kill. ID just continuing to use those kills they just got, continuing to push advantages, continuing to look for just opportunities here. They take a kill. They're probably gonna take this Drake now. And then 14th Reason looking for Teals. Trying to get a nice trade here. We'll take a tower shot in exchange, though, so it does need to be careful.
Yes, Tactics was also waiting in the wings there. As you see, Kindred's actually up on that top side, looking to take some of those grubs, but here comes a set, and that'll be one more going over. It's a 4 for 2 now, max they can get, but they will fully collapse onto this set. Will get the punch, will not land that sweet spot, and will fall to the Udyrs, stacking up that Dark Steel, but Corndog does miss out on one of those grubs. Will we see any contest from Morgana? No, as they're heading back down towards that bot side, but it's 4 grub stacks, a Drake apiece, and then 2 grubs for GHG. They're definitely behind in terms of objectives this time around, but it is good to see some Dark Steel stacks on a new year. They could slowly build up.
Yeah, there's still a lot of ability to build up there. I got to see, has Kindred managed to get a stack now? Like, did he get it for the Raptors? Did he get it for assisting in that kill? No,
0.
I'm hearing a confirmation for production. It is 0. And speaking of 0, that's what Tactics health bar is about to be. His 14th Reason's going on in. The ult from the Misfortune is going to get stopped. Yar going to get a beautiful central ult on that. Tactics will fall. Wheel is going to pick up that kill. Cammy maybe looking for a kill here, but isn't going to be able to find anything. Wheel will get out, and ID continue to build this lead. They are looking so good in this game. Number 2, Skedaddle trying to clear this top wave. He isn't going to fight, though. I think he's, at this point, not really sure he wants to take on Gwenge.
No, it's more about trying to get that poke off as much as possible, keep those Phoenixes up, keep chipping away, and then finding that execute range. Making sure you have the lethal as Teals once again taking damage, but no, that's not what you want to see from your Yone.
It's not at all. Corndog going forward. Zark is here to try to stop any slows coming through. Tactics going forward, but now with no black shield, Zark could be the potential target here, that he is going to fall to Cammy instead. GHG manages to find a kill. Cash ID way overextended. That was a very aggressive Yone ult.
Very aggressive and really trying to predict where a possible excursion could be from that jump from the Aurora, but not going to get it, as we do see a root coming through. Now Tic Tacs is in a little bit of trouble. We've seen this story before. The ult is not available. They will fall for this and will be able to catch aiming off the back of it, though, as we do see Wheela going all in. There goes the Leona ult, but here comes Teals. Here comes the Aurora. Bounce 1, not even used. They're not going to use the repositioning here, as Corndog now caught in the Lamb's respite. Will be falling quick and swift, and 2 kills easily picked up from ID off the back of 1 pick.
Yeah, the Alistair walks way too far forward. They lose 3, and it's just turning into a bloodbath here for GHG ID is just kind of having their way with them this game. That one error in the mid lane is just made up for 3 kills immediately for ID. And they're at 5,000 gold 15 minutes in. That's a pretty big gold lead, honestly.
Yeah, let's see what the plan is here for the rest of the Skedaddle. Once again, going to get those Phoenix stances off. We see a sizable goal lead now appearing in that top side as well. There's a lot of damage coming through, and Skedaddle not opting into the fight due to the size of that minion wave, but Zark is coming up. So is Yarg. They have a great opportunity here to dive this Udyr, get rid of those Dark Seal Sacks, give away any of that scaling, and it's getting messier and messier for them.
Yeah, that's just getting very messy for GHG. They've got to try to slow the pace of this game down, but Skedaddle gonna get caught here. Yarg dropping the ultimate, gonna keep slowing him down. The shields are gonna come through. The suplex will not be enough, and Gwenge is gonna pick up that kill. Tactics and Corndog are now running for the hills. Gonna stop Yarg from continuing that engage. The Aurora is here, but I don't know if she can really fight either of these. Has been found. And actually, it's just going to be a call to go for the Herald for ID. So they're going to start this up. Will GHG challenge? I think without their top laner, I do not think this is the call, but Cammy is here. But yeah, no, Kindred's not coming over. I think they're just going to give this up. Herald will go over to ID, and they just continue to push the issue on this game number 2.
Yeah, and they're just playing the macro a lot better now this time around. They're really focusing down those neutrals and making sure they get all of the topside ones, make sure they give Set as much power as possible when on that split push. And it's just going to get more and more difficult. But Teals has managed to find a pick. It will be a flash away from Wheeler as the headbutt from Tactics will also send back that support. And yeah, it was looked like a good catch, but the flash is just going to set you off immediately.
Yeah, there's just no way for them to follow up. But they've got the flash down, so that's at least something missing from the side of ID. They won't be able to save their AD carry if they get caught out again in the next fight. But, I mean, it's hard to catch out anybody on ID. You have Leona to help buy space. You've got Zark to drop a black shield on anybody to prevent them from really getting CC'd. And the teleport's going to come on through here from Gwenge. Tactics all alone. Skadoodle trying to go on in, help him out. But the Haymaker comes through. 14 Reasons picks up 1, picks up 2 for a double kill. Zark manages to grab 1. Now Cammy on the run. But Gwenge is just going to run him down and suplex him into the ground. Gwenge picking up the kill. 4 for nothing in favor of ID. They're going to pick up this dragon. They don't even need the rest of them. Just Zark going to be here. GHG looks to really be in a dire position this game.
Yeah, they want to bring this back to a 1-1 almost immediately as ID and GHG. They are going to end up neck and neck if the game continues this way. And all those tower shots are not going to do enough as Yone will just step away lightly. Spirit tread his way back to safety as ID have now picked up their second Drake. They have those 4 Grublings as well, and Set slowly building towards a little bit more lifesteal. What do you do in response to this? It's just getting more and more dangerous.
Getting the situation is just getting so dire for GHG. They're almost 9,000 gold in. We're not even 20 minutes into the game. It's not the position you want to find yourself on. The Kindred with 0 stacks still. Oh, corn dog. Dog, that's just not how you wanna it's not what you want to see from a Kindred.
No, it's not. You kind of want to see a lot more from them, but the Kindred just not really working out this game. It is a very tough matchup for them when you're looking into the likes of a Yone and a Set. You kind of want one of those kind of squishy, easy to gank top laners. You don't want Set punching you in the face, but right now Yarg and Set have set themselves up for a decent fight here. Can they get something from this one? Yone will slide in, glide in, and the Haymaker onto tree will separate the whole team, and it's just a wipe.
Oh, just everyone falling. Teal's gonna end the triple kill. Going over to Wheela. ID just gets a clean ace for themselves. They're gonna rip down this top turret. I'm gonna see how much they can push. I don't think they can end the game. Okay, they're not gonna go for the inhibitor, but the call might be to kind of start setting up for this Baron. It's up in 20 seconds. Everyone back. Everyone spend your gold. Head on over to the Baron and just pick a fight there. They might be able to end off of that, but GHG at this point, you got to be just thinking, okay, maybe it's time we just GG. Let's go next. Reset the mental here. No, this game is over. They're 14,000 gold down. They're down objectives. They're down dragons. They're down grubs. There's just so few ways for them to really get back into this.
I don't think there is a way for them to get back into this without major mistakes coming out from the side of ID, and they haven't got to playoffs by being a bad team. They're a good team. They know how to play with a lead like this, so I don't expect to see them falter, especially at this stage of it. So I think this one is the kind of one where you start talking about draft for next game. You start thinking about what you need to change and what went right for you in game one. And right now, that's what I'd be talking about if I was on that team.
Yeah, maybe they've got to look at it. Hang on. Okay. Corn Dog at the top there. So maybe they're going to have to look at the sponsor of today's stream to see if they can get some help from them. It's procomps.gg, everybody. But we're going to have to talk about more about them later, as Teals is going to get caught out and ripped to pieces by 14 threes. Thought I had a moment, but 14 threes and decides he doesn't want to hear it.
No, definitely does not want to hear it, as Teals has been eliminated from the runnings here. And what else is there really to say about this one? It came down to individuals just taking over the game. They had good starts, they had good ideas, and they really did set Zark back quite a bit, but it doesn't matter when they can come back just like that.
Oh yeah, now Tactics is looking for Zark. Zark gonna flash though, gonna manage to stop the ultimate. Now Corndog looking to finally pick up this on Zark, but getting run down. Wheela gonna pick up a kill, go legendary. Zark still hasn't died. Tactics looking for him maybe, but no, it will not happen. A double kill for Wheela. Zark continues to live on a sliver of health, and now Corndog's running for the hills, trying to clear this mid wave up. Gwenge is here though to stop that continuing any further. Is looking for Corndog. Ooh, but gonna miss. Oh, finally. Someone shuts down Zark. It's going to be Teals there, but they're going to lose the inhibitor turret for it. And now Yarg is just coming over. Teals is bouncing everywhere. Skedaddle looking for Wheelie. The ult's going to come in from Teals. Can they find this Wheela? Can he get a kill? Will not. Will get shut down by the Kindred, but the suplex from the Gwenge is huge. Skedaddle now trying to duel him. Gwenge getting kind of low. This might be the fight GHG was looking for. An opportunity back into this game. Yarg going to stun him up. Cammy on the run, slowing him down, trying to get to them, but Yarg gonna go on in, and 14 threes and drops heal, but only hits Tactic, trying to get back out, goes unstoppable to get away. Skedaddle on the hunt. Yarg just drawing attention to himself, though. Skedaddle running, rushing. Gwenge gets the double stun. Skedaddle looking to get some damage out here. Will he be able to pick up 14th Reason? 14th Reason still managing to stay alive, but will finally be shut down by Teals. And Yarg is gonna find onto Cammy. Gwenge will manage to pick up at least one for himself. Will be a second. No, another shutdown going over to the Aurora. Yarg heading for the hills, too. Gonna get blasted out. Zark is here, but these aren't the two you want to see. Oh, wait, I take that back. Tactics is going to fall. Zark doing a lot of damage here. Skedaddle is stunned, is hunting, is still getting rooted up, and here comes Wheela. He has respawned. Corndog looking for something. Skedaddle is trying to buy space, but Yarg will pick up that kill. The fight might still keep going. Teals on the rung. Yarg trying to buy some space, and the Dragon in the end is going to go over to ID. Teals is going to sacrifice himself to the turret. I feel like he didn't need to do that.
Yeah, well, they did have to step off a little bit there. The execute makes you feel better about it, but look, this game has just been an absolute wash from ID, and this will give them incredible morale and momentum going into the rest of this series. And I think that's something that we're going to have to touch base on going into this, because GHG are not going to be feeling good after this game. They're going to be a lot weaker in their estimations of what they can do in the next game. They need to go back to what made them win game one, and that was just incredible work coming from Corndog. The Kindred just not working out this time. The Gwen was so much stronger, and this is why AP junglers have been so strong as of late. They can rip through robes. They have so much better scaling and more pauses as they go.
Yeah, just kind of trying to pause JHG. Maybe, oh, still 0 marks for the Kindred production. He's stop it. He's already dead. The poor man has just not had a game really at all on the Kindred. Hasn't even got to the second item yet. Is still, it's just 1 in 5, no stacks. This is just a, like you said, this is a wash. ID is just kind of run away with this game, and now with the Baron on their side too, it's just a matter of time. It feels like until they just finally just put an end to it here. Kindred down almost 2,000 gold. Top lane even bigger, 5,000 difference between Skedaddle and Gwenge. Though Skedaddle is still managing to do something, but at this point, ID's just beating him over the head with the wallet.
Yeah, there's not much you can do in response to getting brokied by Pokemon in League of Legends. There's just so much you can do on Kindred as a champion without stacks. Stacks give you everything. They give you damage, they give you percentages, they give you range, and they make your champion bearable. And not having them, you feel like a level 1 Vayne. You have no range, no damage, no execute, and everything just feels worse. And you're stuck then in this kind of perpetual motion of, can I ever get back into this game? And you do feel awful. And if that was a solo queue game, that'd be the game that you turn it off for a while. That'd be the one you'd step away and go, today's not today for climbing.
Yeah, I would agree. Dog's looking for something here. Skedaddle on the angle. They're trying to keep an eye on him. He's still been a threat despite being 5,000 gold behind his opponent. And Teals drops the ultimate. They're looking for it. They're looking for Wheel. The ult's going to come in over the head. They're going to find him. They grab one. But can they get anything else? 14th reason in on to Tactics. He will fall. Skedaddle here on the back trying to go away, but he will fall too. The rest of GHG got so low, they're scattering to the hills. Zark flashes forward. Yard flashes forward. They may have lost one, but now there is no front line for the side of GHG. They've got to manage to hold this with just the 3. They're going to lose 2 inhibitors for it. They might not lose much more. Cammy, though, gonna get almost pulled by Gwenge. The ult from 14th Reason is just gonna barely miss. Gwenge still looking for it, trying to find that haymaker. Will he get one? He is not. He's gonna get the suplex in, and he will fall. Corndog will pick up that kill. Meanwhile, on the top side, Zark is gonna just finish ripping the space to tatters, take out the last inhibitor turret. GHG managed to hold, but they've just, their base is in tatters.
Faces and tatters, but there's hope, right? A little bit, tiny bit,
Tiny bit of hope.
smidgen.
Yeah.
There's something there. Look, they might be able to pad their stats a little bit, get a kill or two, get some morale damage. But the game is well and truly closed at this stage, and it's just a matter of ID finding the way to clean it off. Aaron didn't really work out the way they kind of wanted it to, but Wheeler just eliminated. Yeah, never mind. I was trying to be nice.
Poor Corndog. Having such a rough game, and now Cammy here on the backside. Gwenge looking for him, manages to get the punch in. Cammy getting blasted down, trying to kite back. Gwenge may have gotten a little bit too close, but 14th Reason going on in. The route onto Skedaddle. He is not much longer for this world. Yard's going to stun him up, and he will eventually fall. Zark here on the side looking for something, but here comes Wheela. Manages to find Teals, manages to find Tactic. Or almost anyways. He will finally fall. Wheela with the double. The ult from Cammy will at least manage to kill Zark, but I don't think it's enough. There's only 2 members of GHG still alive. The first Nexus turret will fall. The second is only a matter of time from falling. Oh, it's gonna drop. The set trying to stop, but no one gonna. It's just Chaos Corndog just trying to buy all the time he can. But
He's alive. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
He's alive.
Take the game. This is where you type GG no re and a 0 mark game for the Kindred. Oh, that's rough to see. Ooh, those damage numbers do not look good.
There is no damage numbers. They don't exist. That's not a game. I'm sorry, and I absolutely adore GHG and Corndog. I think he's probably one of the best junglers in Titan. That's not a game we ever want to remember you for. Just wipe that one clean, win the next 2 convincingly and cleanly, and we'll forgive you.
Yeah, like this is a game just to wipe from the memory books. Say, hey, this just went off the rails so fast. There was no hope coming back, and let's just move on. Next game, reset the mental. And for ID, they lost. Like, it was very back and forth in game number 1. and they cleaned it up a bit, and they stomped game number 2. We've got a series on our hands, 1-1. Anybody's
do.
game now. Yeah.
We have a series, and that's all that matters. That's all we want to be here for, is good games, good series, all the way to 5, and I'll never sleep again. But we will be back in just a few moments. Please don't go anywhere.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Vanquisher League. We just saw ID come roaring back in game number 2 with a very heavy stomp. And honestly, I think the first game I've ever seen where a Kindred has not gotten any marks in a game. I'm Raptera, joined here by Satyr. And Satyr, what'd you think of that game?
That was a nice way of starting it. Very, very kind of you. Yeah, it was an interesting one. It was one we definitely don't need a repeat of. That's for sure. Yeah, it kind of just sucks from the Kindred's point of view to have a game like that when you felt comfortable picking it in. And you just kind of have to feel bad for them because they obviously thought they had something going there and it just didn't quite work out. But all eyes on GHG, I guess, for the future and what's going to happen next, because they still have a couple of games to try bring it back. I just don't really want to see the Kindred again when I see the likes of the One.
Yeah, I don't think that worked out for them in any capacity. I think they definitely need to just let. I think the Kindred needs to be saved for very specific comps that aren't into Morgana Yone, because that was painful. But hopefully, both these teams have learned a little bit with the help of our sponsor. You know them, you love them. It's ProComps GG. ProComps is the sponsor of all of Tiny Sports, and more importantly, they are a fantastic tool for helping you improve your drafting game, from letting you create your own tier list to draft recommendations to even matchups. Once your picks are done, ProComps has got you covered. So give it a try. It's completely free over at procomps.gg. Thanks to them again for sponsoring us, and we're almost underway with the draft. It's coming. What are any picks you're hoping to see this game, Satyr?
I kind of want to see a Lilia. I'm not going to lie. It's one of those picks that is just incredibly strong, really good at getting grubs, and both teams seem to want to vie for the fight around grubs. So let's just go and do it properly, clear it out as fast as possible, and yeah, just pick up the Lilia and start doing some damage. I even think LCS, it's very highly contested as well, right?
Yeah, it's like pick or ban right now. A lot of that, I think, though, is because of the fact that 80 mids are strong. So we have to see more 80 carry mids first, I feel, before we start seeing really any Lilia pickup. I think that's kind of a core component of taking it right now, as we do get underway into the draft. Game number 3, GHG ID. GHG back on blue side. So right now on blue side, 100% win rate. Let's see if they can continue.
We'll see, as we do see the usual bans should be coming out here. The Aurora, Rel, Talon. I would like to see maybe one of the teams opt into that Zeri ban and see if they can really put some pressure down. But it's going to be a Lucian ban coming out from ID to start us off here, which is not something we've seen so far, either played or picked. So it's an interesting change.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see that starting to appear up in there. Talon as well. Lucian is with Lissandra. Maybe they're going to pick nothing but L champions. That would be kind of funny. But yeah, let's see though. Will we see the Aurora ban this time? No, it's going to be the Gwen still from GHG. They don't think they're going to be able to first pick it this time, or they're not comfortable in first picking it, despite how good a game Corndog had in game number 1.
Let's see what they're going to go for here. Vi, Gwen taken away. Don't want to be opting into that right now. So a little bit of a change. Aurora is still available. I don't think they'll be taking it round 1 here, as Zeri will be the one taken, and Kami finally getting a go on Neon. So yeah, it should be a bit of a change already coming into this one. I'm just wondering what they're going to take into it, because Kai'Sa should have been the pick, and it will be.
Yeah, it is going to be the Kai'Sa for ID. Good pick into Zeri. I almost said Neon myself.
I say Neon to annoy all the Valorant heads.
I play Valorant too. I mean, I think I played every Riot game. I don't play lore. I don't really play lore that much, but Volibear gonna come out for Zark. Strong pick, good beefy front line. The brand, I'm pretty sure that's for Corndog. So the brand jungle coming through, unless they prove me wrong with the pick here. What's Teal's gonna grab for his team? It's gonna be the Brahms. Okay, so it is going to be the brand jungle.
There's always a chance they could drop that brand into the mid lane. It's not terribly weak, and it does have some decent matchups. It can still be flexed, but more than likely we will be seeing that heading into. As we want to see a Donger. I have so
Just
many
get my drink
opinions
out.
on this, and all of them are angry.
Time to raise the dongers. Ah, man, it's not often you really see Heimerdinger nowadays. He's been pretty
Terrible.
yeah, pretty terrible for a while. So I'm curious to see what their plan is with that. They've got to have something cooking. ID can't be just trying to solo a lane or just hold mid. Can they? The Huegos, Yone's gone. They don't want to deal with that again. What will it be? Aurelian banned out. Okay. ID, what have you got for us? What are you cooking? I'm hoping this is the support right here. They can't possibly save last pick for their support. It's gonna be the Ari. Okay, so that I think is a support Heimerdinger.
Could be top. We could be seeing some more shenanigans coming out from the top side. But I honestly would have expected to see the Fiora come out, considering it's not banned. Maybe that was just their Cassante opposite. But Vex will head into that mid lane against the Ahri. When it comes to mobility, Vex is literally stronger into mobile champions, so don't mind seeing that at all. Renekton going to head into that top side though, an LCS favorite, some would say. But where are they going to pick into it? It could be a Heimerdinger top, it could be something to help counter that. But it's going to be the Garen top, so Heimerdinger support it is.
Yeah, gonna be Heimer support and Garen top. Okay. Okay, this isn't a matchup I've seen in a while. Garen into Renekton. This will be fun. This is what do you think, Sater? What do you think on the adaptations they've made this game?
I think they're too far gone. They're just way out of left field now. It's a crazy change to have a Heimerdinger go in when you've had such high potential carry tops, and you want to put Heimerdinger in the bot side. I would have rather seen it just go top side and just try to stop whatever's going to happen up there with Skedaddle, and get a heavier engage on the bot side or something that can stop the Braum from being so oppressive and help protect that area. It just feels so G2 like 2018. It just doesn't kind of click in my head when it's going to work, but we will see the usual invade signs coming out from the side of ID, and GHG are also going to match this one. We could see a straight out 5v5 brawl.
Yeah, they're both setting up on this bottom side jungle. Already starting the backs, but the ID, they're calling the bluff. They're going to hang out. We're going to finish channeling, so I think it's fine. Oh, they've caught them on the flank. Tactics doesn't know they're here. The E coming out. Tactics all alone. Cammy on the run, and now Tactics has been spotted. Everyone running him down, gets the flash out. Oh, but takes a step backwards. He's going to get charmed, going to get just deleted. First blood to ID.
Not the start they wanted at all there. That is just absolutely crazy. And that will be another thing we'll have to talk about, where they're going to be kicking themselves for that one, that they left early. Imagine they had stayed. Imagine they went for that fight. Not saying it would have went well for them, but when you have a Braum, you usually think that invade is really going to work out for you, and it doesn't quite that way, as GHG are topping the polls on this win so far. See if they can make that come true.
Yeah, 52%. We haven't seen anything less than 5% win chance here. So these comps feeling very blue side heavy this series. And ProComps continues to be right on the results. So to see if they're going to continue to be right in game number 3. Yarg pressing up. The one advantage of Heimer is you get all that pressure from being able to drop turrets and just throw bombs and missiles. But I'm not sure if, like, what's the advantage of really like pushing it down? Like, I guess you'll get the turret pressure, but it's not like you can really rotate over your Kai'Sa, your Heimerdinger. It's not like you really have a lot to go look for, unless maybe you're looking for a jungle invade. It just seems odd, but we're gonna see Zark come on up to the top side. Skedaddle does see him on the ward, so they know where he is. He knows to be careful and to back it up. Cammy is now Ooh, getting just poked out away from the CS. Oh, Teals, though, getting ganked. The flash from Zark just to guarantee it. The dunk, and the bear will secure the kill. ID goes up 2-0.
Bear swipe to just take that kill away. Yeah, do you know what? That's everything that ID need to get this game started. They'll be able to continue on this path. And what do you do if you're decided GHG when everything's falling apart this early after such a demoralizing game 2? You'd be nearly at the point of giving up. And the morale has to be at its all-time low. And even when you look at the other lanes, it just keeps getting worse. But Corndog has something to say about it. He wants to get something going in the spot side. And right now, Heimerdinger is saying no.
Yeah, it's going to be a no from him. But Zark, here he comes. He's looking for Cammy. The bear from downtown. Wheeler going to pick up kill number 1. Tic-tacs, or tactics, running away. We're kind of making little tic-tacs noises with the little tiny feet, trying to skedaddle out of there. But another kill over to ID. It just continues to go from bad to worse for GHG. Skedaddle getting pushed on the top side. Oh, Gwenj is looking for it. Is he going to find it? He has the flash, but he's not going to keep that push going.
No, he won't be able to keep that push going. We'll get more and more dangerous for him as this game goes on, as they are falling more and more behind in levels, CS. Another one I want to point out was before that fight happened was topside. Garen has not let Renekton touch any CS whatsoever. It has been absolute domination so far, and I don't know what's going on, but ID are starting to play like we expected them to. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, they're really stepping up after that first game. I think the first game, like we said, it was them kind of testing the waters, trying to see what would work, if they could just skill diff from. And I think they realized we could skill diff, but we do need the comp to still kind of synergize a bit. We can't skill diff them that hard. Now that they're building these synergistic comps, it's just going so much better for them. It's not fully synergistic. I still think, I agree with you, the Heimer is still a weird pick, but it's working. They're 3-0 right now. They're up 2,000 gold 5 minutes into the game. And they're in a pretty strong position right now to run away with this if they get another kill or two.
They could run away with this very, very quickly, and it's getting tense for GHG supporters like myself. I'm sure TokiB's feeling the exact same way right now. But yeah, there's not going to be a lot in this one if they continue to play this way. They're playing too far forward, or they're over-aggressing, or they're not reading what the opponent's plan is going into these, and it leads them to make silly mistakes that I know from GHG rosters of previous, they don't usually make those. GHG have always been one of the more passive sides that take their time with things and eventually find perfect engages. They know they're lethal, they know when they can get those kills and play around jungle timings, but right now it just seems like they're falling apart in their ideas.
Yeah, it's just kind of coming apart at the seams for them. Everything they've tried has just not worked so far. They've got to dig deep. They've got to kind of try to... I mean, they've slowed the pace of the game down, so that's helping them a bit, but... have to see if they can really make this work. Zark going to start up on to these grubs. These will fall pretty quick for them, and... You know, Corndog Brand is a good jungler, but he doesn't have the greatest... clear until he gets an item or two, until he gets that I forgot what that item is called, the component.
Fire Torch,
yeah.
Leandries.
No, the one he's got on him right now. Oh, hang on, though. Corndog gonna get stunned up. Zark, though, gonna get feared. He's trying to run down Corndog, and Teals is gonna pick up that kill. But on the bottom side, Wheela manages to find one. Might find a second. The stun onto Cammy, and Yarg will pick up that kill. 14th reason roams on down, and they might have lost one, but ID still manages to come out on top.
Yeah, and this is starting to get scarier and scarier for every second we're in this, which is never somewhere we want to be, especially when we're casters, because we always like seeing it go into Game 5, regardless of sleep schedules and trying to get off broadcast early. We like seeing Game 5s, we like seeing teams play to their absolute limits, but right now, Corndog is just in a world of pain, as he does manage to pick up the red, managed to get something out of there, but Brand isn't really a champion until level 6. Because if you miss one of your 3 abilities, you are completely and utterly useless. There's nothing you can do. And if you miss that stun, which is the hardest one to land, you're done. Like, you are out of any fight. You will just get ran down. So Once you get that 6, you can get passives going, then you start to have a bit of a better chance. But before that, Brand is just not that strong. And the way that Corndog is playing it, they're looking quite aggressively. And it's not going to work out that way into the likes of a Volley Bear that doesn't even need to really hit that many abilities because everything's just an auto attack reset. They just have to be on you.
Yeah, doesn't really. I was about to say something. I thought I saw something on the map that looked like it was about to start, but I may have been wrong. Actually, Zark is down here, so maybe they will actually try to make this happen. He is going for the scuttle. Might start up this dragon. 14th reason, though, is coming on down. And he's just going to back off. They're just going to go casually for this dragon. I thought they might have tried to make a flank play there, but dragon is a good prize regardless. They have already got all three grubs that we've had so far. They're going to have this. They're just in... ID is just running around, like, just in complete control of this map. There's just nothing GHG can do. Yarg just kind of preventing this GHG bot lane from getting to roam or even walk up to the CS very well. Cammy is managing to keep up regardless, but being down already 2 deaths on your opponent is not good as Yarg is coming on down. Corndog is here too, 14th reason, and Zark as well. Everyone's looking. The flash from Cammy gets him out, and the Brand passive will land. Zark looking for Corndog tactics. 14th reason. Wheela goes forward. He goes on in. The bear comes with the dunk, and here comes the Vex. Wheela gets low, and he's going to pick up 1 kill, but they'll trade it for the support on the way back. 14th reason looking to kite this out with a charm. Cammy, though, going to kite him. A double kill for him. Yard going forward, and it's going to be a kill for Teals. The ult does not land on the Zark, so no follow-up chase, but GHG finally finds a way back into this game.
Find a way back into it, picked themselves up quite a lot from that one, and more importantly, Teals back on the Vex. We saw it work so well before, and we want to see more of that from Teals. Cammy finally getting their go on the Zeri as well. They're starting to work towards those items, but already set so far behind, having to go for that cull with tactics also falling early, sets the lane back quite a bit, especially burning those flashes. So a lot still to do, but at least they're back on the board.
Yeah, that's the most they can ask for right now. Better than having nothing. Being able to get back in. They're only down 800 gold now, so they've managed to reduce that pretty significantly. Skedaddle on the top side now, dueling onto Gwench. Here comes Corndog, too. He's looking for it. He hasn't managed to get him locked down. He will back off. Oh, hang on. We've got Tactics and 14th Reason kind of juking it out. 14th Reason getting very low. Teals was almost had him there, but Wheeler will push them off. The fights are starting to break out. It's starting to get a little scrappy again. It's just like game 1. We know how that went for GHG as they won it out, and the ult's going to come through from the Brand. It will not be enough to finish off Yarg's Darky is there to prevent Teals from following up, but he got really low in that one.
Really low, but here we go. Brand is going to be able to set himself up nicely to take out all of these grubs, set themselves up for some of the neutral objectives. ID already having that first Drake will set themselves up nicely for that win condition, but if you can get that side lane pressure and you can continue taking towers, those grubs will definitely allow you to rip through it just that little bit faster. I think we've all seen that 6 grubs effect where you're like, I thought I had towers there and suddenly they're at an inhib.
Yeah, already. Yeah, it'd be very easy for them to kind of get on up to there to an inhib. Will Zarg find Cammy here? Nope. He's not going to get him, but he does have the turrets down, and he is looking. Tactics, will he spot him? Yarg is in a pretty dangerous spot, but he will land the stun, and now Wheela looking to kind of finish him off. 14th reason here. Zark is here. The bear comes over the turret. The teleports are coming on through, but can they get there in time? They cannot. Yarg will pick up 1. Now they're going to go over to Wheela. Teals, though, going forward, managing to trade back 1, taking out Zark. Going to grab another with a double kill onto 14th reason. And now Wheela coming on the back, but the ult coming back through to him. Teals had managed to get out. The barrier will come through, but Skedaddle will pick up the kill. Oh! Yarg manages to take the trade. A 3 for 3 across the board. GHG manages to turn the play around, but still comes out little about even in that all.
Yeah, still a little bit left to do in terms of trying to get that money up, But right now, Greenwich is just going to slowly pick through this tower. You know, I really wish Grubs was just like, if he's equalized that no one got it. You know? Would that just be better?
You know, wait, no one got
If
it.
you got
Yeah,
3 and 3, no one got it.
that's fair. I think the lot. Well, because I mean, you don't get any at 3, do you? You only get the passive, right?
Passive still does quite a bit of damage. I'm thinking that, like, if you get the first 3, right? The second ones, they can take away the Void Touch, or you can max out the Void Touch. But they take away 1 for every 1 they take. Makes it a little bit more competitive.
I think so, but I think Riot wouldn't want to do that. Mostly for the it just would
Fact they
feel
have to
really
code
bad.
something. Yeah, true.
Yeah, but it would also feel bad. I mean, imagine you take the first 3 grubs and then they manage to get the other 3. You're just like, oh, well, all that whole buff I had is gone. Speaking of gone, Zark almost gone right there. Tactics, though, will be gone. 14th Reason will pick him up. Zark will die there on the side. Teals is here. And, ooh. Cammy almost getting poked down there. Teals, oh, getting charmed up, but will manage to live. 14th Reason getting poked out there. 1-for-1 trade, but I'll take support for jungle any day of the week if I'm GHG.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout at all, but Heels, what are you going to do about this one as you do start to get hit up by that Heimerdinger, who's actually doing decent amounts of damage? I expected a lot less, but I also, I don't know, I just still feel like there's going to be a fall off. There's going to be a time where it stops being good, and it's sooner rather than later.
I agree. I think the Blackfire Torch is kind of keeping them in it for now, but it's still going to fall off eventually. Yarg and Zark, though, are going to start up this dragon, and it hasn't fallen off yet, so those turrets are doing quite a bit of work. Corndog looking to maybe see if he can steal it, but nope, it's going to go over to the side of ID. They're going to pick up that. It's going to be a Mountain Soul this game. Alrighty, that could actually be good for both these teams.
Yeah, it could be a solid choice for both teams here. We're Renekton using that extra little bit of tankiness to maybe keep them in the lane. But on the other side, I think Volibear and Garen have better recipients of that buff. There's still a question of, with a 2 advantage in ID playing macro so well as we saw previously, is there a chance for GHG to get something from this? As Tactics will step forward, try to tank that, but there goes the bear, there goes the cancel, there goes the stop, and there goes Cammy and Tactics to follow. Easy 2-0 for ID.
Yeah, ID just keeps dunking into this bot lane, keep diving the turret. They're like, hey, it keeps working. Just keep doing it until it stops. So they pick up that kill. Corndog will at least try to get the Herald to make up for it. Teal's just kind of keeping track of where everyone is, trying to keep some vision on their opponents. And ID, well, they did let it slip a bit. They have managed to scrounge their gold lead back. They've managed to still hold on to their lead for now. But like we saw earlier, it just takes one bad play for things to go bad. Oh, the charm misses. The missiles miss. And Teals, oh, is getting so much more. This Vex is becoming very powerful very quickly.
That's the power of a Vex. Sometimes they can just take over games. I've seen it before and I've done it before. You can just get that perfect ult. You get into a fight that they weren't expecting you in, and you just completely shake up the foundations of a team fight. And that's sometimes all you need from your mid laner. But on the other side, Ahri is still one of those champions that if you let them run rampant, they will end a game very quickly. The resets from that champion are absolutely crazy. And I'm sure a lot of Ahri mains from back in the day will tell you it was the best change they ever got, because it literally brought Ahri back to the forefront of League of Legends, because before that they had very heavily fallen out of favor.
Yeah, had been honestly not relevant in years before that point. Nice to see Ahri back there. Now, if only they could bring Zed back to relevancy.
No, don't.
I
We're
want
not bringing
Zed.
Zed back. Zed can stay in the dumpster where we left him.
I don't want to hear it from you. You were here pushing Lulu mid propaganda earlier. I don't want to hear it from you, sir.
I'm having great fun with Lulu mid. Like, imagine being a jungler and having a support. Doesn't that feel good?
I mean, yeah, but I'd rather just be the support and not wipe an entire roll out of its place. Meanwhile, though, 14th Reason gets sniped by Cammy there around the Raptor pit. 14th Reason going a little bit too far forward. Now Yarg, Teal's going on in. He's going to land it. Yarg going to flash on out. Zark going on forward. They're looking for Teals. He's going to grab him. He's going to flash through and ult on out. Yarg will fall, though, on the backside there. Zark trying to run, but getting stunned up, and he will fall, too. Corndog going to pick up that kill. And now here comes the Dodge Ram. It's the Herald. He crashes on into the turret, and they're going to rip that one down, too. GHG find a pick. They turn it from 1 to a massive win for themselves. They're going to drop the Herald onto the second one. Oh, they find onto Wheela, and Skedaddle going to pick up that kill. They get a second turret, too. And they're finally going to back it off. GHG. Oh, my goodness.
Signs of life after such a disastrous start with so many picks and catches coming through. But they're making it work. They're bringing it back. And it won't take them much longer to find themselves in a winning position, a strong winning position, and then maybe we can go into this with GHG actually leading in the series after ID's absolute just destruction of them in game 2.
Yeah, it was. I think it's almost like it's a blue side diff at this point. Whoever's on blue is is just really winning the game and becoming more dominant as the series has gone on. And you know, for the side of ID, like things have started going off the rails, but there's still potential. I mean, they still have a lot of gold in their pockets right now. They are still tied, and they still have some opportunities right there. They almost got Corn Dog. They do a lot of damage. They absolutely do a lot of damage. It just depends on whether or not they can get that pick. The picks are really, I think, where this game is going to shine. Can Heimer, can Ari, can they find a pick? Can Tactics, can Corndog, can they find one? The picks are really where this is going to be decided by. And oh, almost one there for 14th Reason. Almost got Cammy, but Teals finds one, goes right on into Wheela. Gonna get silenced into oblivion, though, and 14th Reason's gonna pick up that kill. Cammy getting blown up and is gonna fall to Zark. Skedaddle is now here on the side. Tactics and Corndog are here. The fire is raging. Skedaddle picks up one. They're gonna lose the Braum in the process, and GHG is on the run. They're gonna lose the top laner. Corndog getting charmed up, getting blasted, and the picks will work. Corndog will get one in exchange, but it's gonna be an ace for ID.
ID fight back almost immediately after looking like they were slightly down for a couple of seconds. Say, no, we still have control in this game. We're going to take everything straight back. And that is a terrifying resurgence there coming in from ID. And that is going to be GHG falling for what could be probably their worst team fight fail, because that gives them third Drake. Now they have full control of the map. They can make you go to Soul. They can make you fight for Barons. They can move you around the map at their will. And against a team like ID, you cannot let that happen. As if they move you around the map, you're never going to get your proactive play. You're never going to get your opportunity. I think, honestly, at this stage, Cammy and Teals have to absolutely smurf this next fight.
Yeah, they've really got to smurf it if they want to be able to win it out. And again, like we said, picks are really important. That was a big pick, but just in the wrong direction. Teals finding it, but getting caught out himself. Is that a counter pick? Is that what you would call that?
Kind of.
Kind of. Yeah, I don't know what to call that kind of situation.
It happens.
It happens. It's just
It happens. There's an S and a H that goes in front of that, but it happens.
Well, things are not really happening right now much on the map. Just a little bit of poke, a little bit of trade, little bit of vision gain for both sides. ID, though, trying to gain a lot of control around their top red side of the map. And they're trying to kind of set up for this Baron. 14th Reason really shoving this turret down, using the power of those grubs. Teals is here. And we'll stop it, but he's the big real threat factor, I feel like, on the side of GHG. So without him here, like, ID could try to pick up a fight there. You see right there, Zark looking for Corndog.
Looking for Corndog. Not going to find anything out just yet, but they are going to move around this bar and start to get their vision down, start to play around this objective just a little bit. And it shouldn't take them too much longer to try and take out that Baron. My worry is now for the side of ID is with them having previously played the macro so well and moving around the map so well, if they start to make a couple of missteps and GHG get some decent picks with the likes of Teals, Corndog and Cammy starting to scale up, will they start to lose some of that motivation to play the macro game and might to start opting into team fights with the overall strength of the Volibear, Kai'Sa and Heimerdinger?
Proving to they're really coming online. The only real champion I think that hasn't really been relevant this game has been Gwenge. I know he has 5 assists, but I feel like he just kind of shows up towards the end of a fight, a little bit of tiny bit of damage, not really like setting up a pick, not really executing anyone, just kind of there. But that's, I think, he makes it even more scary that ID's gotten to this position despite the Garen really not doing too much, because Skedaddle has been pretty active in these fights. He's actually been doing pretty well this game for himself. 4-1-1 on the Renekton. It might be 4-2-1 right now as he gets caught out. Wheel is gonna pick up that one. That's the call for ID to start up the Baron. Gwen, Zark, and Wheeler are on it. The rest of ID just trying to buy some space. 3 members of GHG here. Heals hasn't gone over yet. The teleport coming through. It is pretty far off, though. Tactic going forward. They're trying to steal. Oh, Cammy gets the steal, but can GHG get out? Tactics getting run down. Oh, the fire is burning. Zark will fall in just a moment. We're also going to see Yard fall. Gwen's trying to get something done here. Looking for Cammy instead of Tactics will cost him his life, though, and he will fall. Teals will fall on the backside, but a huge steal and a huge play from GHG.
When you need a lifeline, you just need a Zeri moment. And they have been absolutely incredible so far, these Zeri moments. Stealing a Baron like that in a game like this where you are desperately needed to carry your team across the line. Cammy is nuts for that. And I know Sark is going to be feeling that one for the next while, because that is just the worst thing that could happen at that point.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate. They really thought they had it after grabbing Skedaddle. After just really setting back GHG, they really thought they could, but the brand fire just chaining around did so much work in that fight, and Cammy is just kiting like a monster. Teals doing so much work. The carries on GHG have really hit their item power spikes. Now the question is, though, how well can they do this? 14th Reason finds Tactic, but the shield does come up, so not much going to come out of that. ID has to back up. The dragon is almost up. This is soul point for them. 14th Reason goes forward. Manages to land the charm onto Corndog. Corndog will fall. Zark's going to pick up that one, but 14th Reason will drop there in the side. Tactics getting super low, almost falls as well. They take Teals, but they're going to take Gwenge in the back in the process. Skedaddle getting super low. Cammy just trying to kite back through the damage. The bear goes forward. They're looking for it. Kiting over the wall. The flash comes out of Cammy. Zark on the hunt, but not going to find him. And they're going to back it up. Tactics gonna tank that. There is no ult to follow up. GHG, the fight got really close, but it's gonna be ID coming out on top, and their prize is gonna be the Dragon Soul.
Yeah, that mountain will definitely set themselves up now to finish this one off. For all the Baron steals in the world, for everything they could have got from that, they just don't capitalize well enough on the small advantages that they had. The game is still neck and neck in terms of gold. That Mountain Soul stats, though, will drag them over the line, give them quite a boost to that economy, and that could be all they need now to solidify the next team fight, set themselves up to open up that base, start applying more pressure in that scenario. It's looking tough for Aptera, but there's always a little bit of hope when you've got a Zeri, so I don't want to count out with GHG just yet. There's always something they can do. It's just a matter of, can they find the right pick like they did previously? Can they pick off a major objective again? Can they steal another Baron? I doubt it, but if they can make a couple of picks, there's always that little bit of hope.
There's always the potential they can claw themselves back to it. The gold, it's dead even, so that's at least going well for the side of GHG. But, you know, you got to take also into account the value of that soul. That soul is about a locket's worth of stats, I think. So it's about 2,700 gold right? That's the value of a mountain soul?
Depends on your armor as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm thinking of at least just the shield, with the average of stats across the team.
Yeah, there and thereabouts. It's still enough to dissuade some attempts of 1v1s, because that little bit of health can be the difference between winning and losing these fights. Also on the other side, we're seeing the Renekton and Ari here. The level difference starting to creep through as well for that mid, as 14th Reason hasn't been getting as much access to waves as the likes of TES and Skedaddle. See what they can do in order to alleviate that pressure. But right now we're starting to see those triple item builds come out from nearly everyone. Vex and Ari still waiting on their carry ones, as we do see that Sonya is completed now for the Vex. Ari should be going back pretty soon, looking for that Shadow Flame for that extra penetration. And yeah, we're getting very, very close now to the penultimate fight, as I like to call it, the one that will end it all. But then again, we did have 2 Elders last game, so God knows.
That's fair. You never know with these teams. Could easily go to 3 Elders, 4 Elders, even the legendary 5 Elder. You ready for 5 Elder games, Satyr? You ready
No,
for
I'm
this?
okay, thanks. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm chill with 1 and end. But yeah, if it goes all the way to that, it'll go all the way to that. But for now, it is looking medium okay in terms of how many Elders. I expect just the 1. There's always that chance, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, last time we saw it was over Baron that the Elder wasn't able to end the game because Baron managed to hold out in the end, especially with the minion waves. So if they make another trade like that, who knows? We might see another second Elder. But I do agree. I think Elder will be the penultimate fight. I think there will be a little bit of a battle for this Baron, but I also think that is a little bit less likely to happen than the Elder fight. I think the Elder is just too important of an objective in this day and age, where Baron, it really requires you get that pick ahead of time. You can't just kind of force it. The damage and AoE, it does just too much. But ID, GHG, they're both of them really want to put themselves on match point in this series. Both of them are fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, their playoff spots and their hopes at winning the whole Vanquisher League alive. And well, it could start the end or the beginning of both these teams' playoff run right here at this Baron fight. ID kind of setting up, looking for opportunities to get a pick. They got a lot of vision in this area. Corn Dog does spot out Zark. He's gonna back off. They're not gonna take away the ward. The missiles will land. I don't think that Kai'Sa will chase it. 14th Reason, though, finds Cammy. He's looking. Here's the ultimate. He's hunting. Cammy's got to run. Trying to use the Zap Cannon to get away. The taunt will not be there yet. Cammy burns the ultimate, trying to just duel at Wheela. Not going to be enough. Wheela will pick up that kill, but Heels manages to land on Zark, and now Tactic is here too. The ultimate's going to go through. Yarg's going to get cut to the north, but they're not going to find anything. Meanwhile, the inner turret will fall on the bottom side. GHG in such a bad position. Teals has to go golden. Wheela goes in. Tactic trying to buy some space, but Zark's going to pick up that one. And now Corn Dog and Tactics on the run. 2 members of GHG are down. This could be the call to go for Baron. 14th Reason has found Corn Dog, but it's more like Corn Dog's found him at this point. Oh, but Gwenj is here. Gets the dunk, and it's going to take him down. Corn Dog will fall. That will be a free Baron for ID.
Free Baron, and they've ripped them to shreds in that last kind of series of events. And it has been an unfortunate series of events there for GHG. Quicksilver Sash now also being bought by Zeri, knowing that CC can come at any point. Look, what do you want to see from GHG going into Game 3 to change things up? I like the Zeri. I like the Vex. I think they're both brilliant picks. Corndog, I think, might need to change things up just a little bit. I'm not liking this kind of reactive style, because you can't really step forward with Brand. I want to see more aggression come from Corndog. I want to see them go in, maybe Jin Zhao, Jarvan, something like that. 14th Reason, what a flank, what an opportunity.
Oh, here it comes. Yarg's gonna drop the bomb. It's not gonna really land much, but it doesn't really matter. Skedaddle will fall. Tactics will fall. Cammy on the run, trying to kite back, but will fall. It's just Teals and Corndog versus 5. His ID is going to press on forward. They don't even want this Elder. They don't need this Elder. They've got the Baron. They've got 5. They've got a Mountain Soul to tank some of this damage. And Gwenj goes forward. He flashes onto Corndog. The ult coming through from the Bear is going to land. They're going to pick him up. Yarg's going to pick up that kill. They're going to grab Teals too. Ladies and gentlemen, ID has managed to take game number 3 and puts themselves on match point.
Put themselves on match point. An absolutely exceptional game, back and forth from both sides, and it looked like the winner was just going to be whoever could get that last fight, and it came down to it, and it just became pick after pick after pick for ID. And yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit worried for GHG now in that mid to late kind of area of the game. They just seem a little bit lost, and communication just doesn't seem to be there, and they're just getting caught in weird positions, and we know that they're better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's weird to see them, especially getting a little restless, getting a little, their mental is starting to get a little worn away here. Gotta pull it back together, and this could be their last opportunity, this next game, to really hold on. They've got to win the next 2 if they want to continue their playoff hopes. And for the side of ID, it was looking a little dicey there for a moment. They definitely had some rough plays, but especially after how clean the beginning was. But they still managed to pull it out. They managed to find the fights. And can they hold it on in these next games?
We are definitely going to be here to find out, Raptera, because we are not going anywhere, but we do have to go to a quick break, and we will be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Vanquisher League. We just watched a banger of a game back and forth between ID and GHG, but ID managing to come out on top in the end and put themselves on match point. Sater, how are you feeling about that game?
Tired. Mostly tired. No, look, honestly, GHG, they keep bringing more spice to the games, but it just feels like ID are... They're in the moment. They know what's at stake here, and they're playing like they need to win, while GHG just don't seem to have the same oomph to them. They're being a little bit more lackadaisy about some of their calls, and it's showing in their game. So, as much as I would want to see GHG go all the way, as I have a bias towards the org and I quite like them, ID are just showing up better. They are just dominating right now, and I think we need to just call it for what it is. They are just playing better.
Yeah, they have been absolutely dominating across the board. Even if the games feel a little close at times, they always manage to find the good plays, and it's going. Yeah, we're gonna head right on into draft right now. Just jump right underway into that. Game number 4. Let's see what changes are in store for us. ID back on blue side. 100% where it is on, but it's a pretty powerful position to be in evolution.
Yeah, a quick change in evolution bands, which is interesting. So we didn't see a lot of it before, but they're really opting into it now. And maybe it's a change in drafting style. I don't want to see that come in, but Rel being taken away, heading into what we expect to be the Sandra, Talon. I'm hoping to God, both Baker, if you are listening, held them to Banzeri for the love of fact. If I can see 4 games of Zeri in a row, I'm going to lose my mind.
Right now, it's looking like it might be Sandra again. Talon, Rel, very similar to the Smolder. Last man is going to be Aurora. So what's up first for ID? Is it the Zeri?
I think I'm taking it here.
Yeah, no, I thought they were going to pick. It's the Gwen for Gwen. The namesake gets his jam. So, GHG, what the response is. They already know Gwen when the game can be top, can be jungle. I've seen jungle Gwen in game number 1. Misfortune for GHG, not great into Gwen. Consider she can dodge all of it. But they've got something else off their sleeve here. Leona, they get the solar bullets coming through.
They have a great combo to start off with. We didn't see it work out that well for them before, even paired with the original style of the Aurora to help align that one up. They obviously could take the likes of Jarvan and Nunu, simple lockdown champions to go with that and add to that combo. going to play Gwen. It's just looking... God, I just hate this area. Where's Jinx and Kaisa and all the other good stuff? Don't want to talk about Rap. You finish that.
It's all good. Well, I would say things aren't getting great so far in the draft for GHG. There's 2 counters here. 2 of them is Misfortune, Gwen, dodge everything. Rom, shield it all. So that all's going to be a little hard to land. She's very well and try to take those out or use it. Jack's coming through the Yone band, the Way band, the Aurelian band, one of the same bands here. We're changing Smolder. Who's going to be the last one?
Aurelian, Yone, Way, very basic. Like Vex is still available. Do they actually just want to pull the trigger on Vex one more time? It will be the move. You're actually listening to me. Thank God.
Yeah, it's gonna be a move. Okay, so you gotta pick there. Very strong right now. Got the Jack at the top side. That's gonna be Garen for ID in the top. What is the mid pick? This team's saving it. It's been a really strong point. Heals and 14 reasons have been huge factors, and it's gonna be the side.
Yeah, it's going to be a Cyrus, which is one of probably the premier picks into like sort of Leona and Lulu. You have to be careful what they go for. It's the Orion to complete the wombo combo. I'm not sure if you've been playing League long enough to know what Ron Zodia is.
I do remember Ron Zodia, yes.
We're very close to Ron Zodia. Very close to Ron Zodia. And this is a real Hail Mary, and I know you Americans love that term. It's a real Hail Mary attempt to from GHG to get some cohesion into the comp and pray to God that it works.
Yeah, it's just throwing everything that you think of the problem thing, it's gonna work out. But there's still so many opportunities and ways for them to ID to stop that misfortune. They're putting all of their eggs in the misfortune basket, so they've really got to set this up, set those things up, not allow that Gwen to drop the W, not allow Yard to throw up the door. They're going to need to really dig deep this game. ID slowly play this out. And they've got, with the silence, I think they have a pretty low ground composition for themselves here. So we'll have to see how this goes. We'll get underway into what could be our last game of the evening. Game number 4, ID versus GHG. Make some noise, folks. I know we can't hear you, but make some noise now.
Make some noise. Don't wake up the neighbors. Go for it. Absolutely no issues. You see Tactics once again stepping very far forward and getting very aggressive as we do see Tactics do quite often.
Yeah, just getting very far up, trying to play very far forward, trying to look at vision, but is getting pushed back. ID warming this area around the Dragon Pit, looking to get a pick. Both these teams know just one pick can change the entire course of this game. So they're playing very cautiously right now, staying grouped up, staying further back. And I think it's going to be a slow start this game. I don't think we're going to see too much action, at least for the first couple minutes. But you never know with these teams.
Never know with these teams, and I think I kind of want to see a little bit more from the top side, as it has been a little bit of a lull state since game 1 with the Cassante and the Fiora stepping in. There's been a little bit of a quieter time up there. I want to see one of them really start to put some damage down as the 4-man invade onto the blue. We're just going to see a little bit of pressure come through. Kami and Tactics have to be a little bit more careful than what they're doing right now, because I don't think you want that fight.
No, you don't. And Wheela taking a lot of damage there. Cammy not taking anything yet. First blood already. Gwenj in the 1v1 in the top side. I don't know what happened up there, but ooh, that's the 1v1 at level at 2 minutes in. That's a tilter right there.
That is a tilter. That's definitely going to change things up just a little bit, but I think we're getting quite used to seeing the side of ID get kill after kill in this kind of way. A Skedaddle is actually getting some damage up on the top. This is what I wanted to see. Is he going to get to level 2? No, he won't. Oh, there could have been something there. There could have been something.
Yeah, it was really close to being something. If he had level 2, I think that was just a free kill onto Gwenj. Gwenj camped back. He didn't take teleport. He took the ignite, so I'm pretty sure that's how he won it. Probably took a trade, ignited him for it. Zark coming around onto tactic. Here comes Cammy flashing away, but Zark gonna stun them all up with the Braum, but they're not gonna be able to finish off the kill. They will shove them under the turret, though.
We'll show them on return. I think Corndog just also stole that camp away as well. So nice little bit of espionage done by the crying Pharaoh. As let's have a look at this mid lane really quickly with Oriana having a decent time. Skedaddle, this is a good fight for you. Can you get the Conqueror procced in time? No, you cannot.
No, he can't, and he's getting super low. Gwen still has flash. He sees Corndog. He's going to try to maybe take this kill if he can. He's going forward with the Q. He's running away. He flashes the wall and manages to dodge the bandage toss. So he will get on out. Won't get to use it to pick up the kill, but both these top laners playing very forward, very aggressively. We thought this. I thought this was going to be a slow game, but oh, hang on. Nope. Skedaddle almost dying again. Corndog coming back around. Oh, I smell blood in the water here, but the question is, whose blood will it be? Gwenj spotted by Corndog. Is he going to try to run away? He's going to spin to win. Tries to dodge the bandage toss. Isn't going to be able to do it. He's going to get jumped on, trying to get away, but Skedaddle will stun him up and pick up that kill.
A little bit of top pressure coming in now. Exactly what I kind of wanted. As you probably heard, my vape just falls. I'm trying to refill it as I'm on my second pod, trying to get through this entire cast. But I really need to quit these at some stage. But that's what I wanted. I want to see a little bit more top pressure, and it's nice to see Skedaddle getting that kill back as Corndog goes up to assist tactics. Now walking towards that mid lane. It will be the dash from Silence. It is predicted perfectly. Will they be able to finish that one off? The ignite goes down. Tactics wants to drive forward but cannot, as it will be the step back coming in from the Silas.
So close there to picking up a kill. They do burn the flash, but the ignite in the process. I think that's a worthy trade. Deals still has his, so could make something happen later on. Meanwhile, Zarkaz showed up in the mid area. He's on the hunt, is now invading. He's gonna spot Cammy here though, but I don't know if there's gonna continue forward. Cammy trying to run down Zark. Yarg is here as well. I think he was spotted. Oh yes, they do spot him. Yarg has been spotted up and is trying to run away, but Zark, they didn't spot him get into the pit. He's going for the dragon right now. Can he sneak this? I think he can. I don't think they're going to contest this, even though Corndog is in the area. And now on the top, Gwenj and Skedaddle continue their fight, but Skedaddle's starting to get the better of this.
Yeah, I was so surprised not to see Gwen on, or Gwen for Gwenj. Maybe just changing that tactic up just a little bit to get a better top lane matchup, but still, just overall, I'm quite happy with how both teams are playing. There's a little bit more macro coming out from ID, getting that first strike and setting themselves up nicely, but Mamumu has a really good time going into the likes of that. Bubs, as Cammy is just getting chunked out right now. Be very careful with that. You don't want to die to the Zeri early. That would be detrimental to the mental.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially Misfortune, you know, she really needs to get ahead in this game to really kind of make up for the fact that she's going to have a difficult time really even getting to use her main ability, the ultimate, the bullet time, to really get the damage out. The Braum, like we said, Braum shield is going to block almost everything. Gwen's going to be able to dodge everything. Even Silas can probably steal Leona ult and just stop it, or a Mumu ult. So there's so many ways to stop it. So he's got to have that extra damage to be able to auto attack later. Skedaddle finds Zark. He's kind of hunting him down, but Zark will walk on out pretty free. Corndog was around. He's going to escort his top laner back. He's going to claim these Raptors for himself.
Yeah, once again, stepping in and stealing wolves away from the opposing side. As we do see small trades in the river coming from the top laners. They want to get a little bit more aggressive in different areas, as it is just a fight over some fruit. And yeah, it's an interesting one to see them both fighting in the river, as Corndog is going to be in the area as well. They will have a lot more support, but Gwen is not far off. This could turn into a fight very quickly if they're not careful.
Yeah, this could easily explode into a much bigger conflict if they aren't cautious. But Gwenge and Skedaddle are going to both kind of back up here. Meanwhile, though, Zark gonna start up these grubs. It has been spotted by Corndog, but I don't know if Corndog really wants to contest it. This Gwen is already got a bit of AP on her and could be pretty difficult to deal with. As the first grub will fall. Question is, can they get the second? Corndog on the way. They know his 14th reason is here. He's starting to collapse. They're actually going to turn it around. The ult will drop from both Ori and Amumu onto 14th reason. 14th reason, though, going to have his own Amumu ultimate to try to use the flash from Amumu. Not enough. Corndog will get stunned, but will run away. And everyone gets out scot-free, but the grubs will go over to the side of ID. Skedaddle, though, kind of hanging out around here. Don't know if this is what you want, but 14th reason's gonna pick that one up with the chains.
Yeah, very, very clean there from them in the end, and great work overall, but still a couple of problems coming up here for signs of GHG as they are missing out on those macro objectives. They've still got a lot to do in the terms of what they can achieve in terms of win conditions, and it's getting worse and worse for them. Let's see what happens next, as there's still a lot to play for in this one, but it's getting scarier and scarier, and I'm starting to worry a little bit more about this Jax as well, going down again. It's kind of one of those picks you kind of want to be stronger in the lane, taking over the lane and getting that help from Corn, and I haven't seen enough of Corndog up there to put them ahead. I want to see more from that, but until then, all eyes on bot lane, I guess. He finally gets that first blood, as now is happening.
Oh, yeah, Wheela might be the first one to get it. It's going to get onto Cammy, getting him stunned up, but getting stunned up on himself. He will pick up that kill. Now it's up to Tactics to try to keep him there long enough for Corndog. Corndog's looking. Bandage toss is going to go through. It's going to miss, though. Going to go on to Yarg. Tactics will fall. Wheela picks up one kill. And now Yarg buying space. Zark is here as well. Corndog looking, but he will not find it. Zark will pick it up, and 3 kills over to the side of ID.
Yeah, that's exactly what we didn't want coming through for Zeri game number 4. Zeri now in the lead, getting that kill, and it's just going to keep happening like this. If you keep letting this pick through, there's so many other picks that they've been banning that I'm just not sure what the idea was now, that we're seeing Zeri pop off every single game. It's getting worrying here, and it's going to be one of those things when we see them in the semi-finals, if ID go all the way, Zeri will not be allowed to go through.
I can't imagine anyone after this series is going to let that continue forward as a pick for them. Meanwhile, though, Teals in the mid lane gets a big ultimate onto Yarg in 14th Reason. 14th Reason has no mana, is trying to duel back. Corndog is going to lock him up, though. He's trying to run. The minion will not be enough to finish him. Yarg heads for the hills, but he's just drawing people up towards his top laners. Actually going to look to make a play here onto Skedaddle with the Q. Yarg, we thought he was running, but he's just running to steal a kill from the top side.
Yeah, that's how it's done as a Braum support. I've done it a few times myself. Sometimes you have to be the difference in these fights, and sometimes you just need those extra kills. So happy enough to see it happen. Let's see if they can continue on this run now and ID finish this one off nice and clean, as I have accidentally woke up my dog.
It's all good. 14th Reason has showed up here for the fight with the teleport. Zark has started up on the dragon. Corndog is in the pip. Wheela is just poking and joking at him. Zark gonna try to go for it, but will get outsmited by Corndog, and Zark will fall. Cammy gonna pick up that kill, and Mountain Soul once again this game. As Wheela goes forward, looking to kind of distract Tactics. Tactics dropping the ultimate. A huge one coming out from Cammy, but Yarg will ult to throw him back. And now Wheela trying to just kite and poke onto Corndog. Just kind of just backing it up. Got to be careful. Don't want to get re-engaged on in that position. Yarg drops the Q. Oh, the Leona ult stolen and will miss. Meanwhile, the Corndog goes in onto Yarg. Yarg getting super low. Drops the shield. Is just trying to buy some time for his bottom lane. Cammy will pick that one up, and the rest of GHG gets out, get a couple kills back, but they end the dragon, but they're still in a rough spot.
Still in a rough spot, but there's still hope for a game 5. There's still that opportunity for GHG to drag this one back. It's just, it's very, very tough, and kind of hoping to see them wrap their head around how this comp is meant to work and start to work towards those objectives. But right now ID is just getting to them first nearly every single time, And that's the opposite of what we want to see. We want to see GHG as a unit move together, set up these team fights, Orianna ult into a Mumu ult, into Leona ult, or any of those first, and setting up a perfect team fight, making sure that Yarg will be the first one to fall. Make sure that when you're pulling them with the Orianna ult, they're going behind and flying backwards, and you're getting it onto those key targets. But right now, they're just playing for their own lanes with the help of Corndog, and you kind of need to be grouping sooner than this.
Yeah, your whole comp is around setting up for the Misfortune Orianna Wombo combo. And if you're not grouping up, you're never going to get that opportunity. But they still managed to find that fight. Right now, Skedaddle, speaking when you're talking about lanes playing for themselves, is having a very rough time on this top side. Just getting pushed out entirely. Cannot deal with Gwenge anymore. Gwenge has just taken over in this game. And on the bottom side, Tactics has found Wheela. Wheela trying to get away, but he will fall. Cammy goes on a killing spree. That's the kind of play we're looking for, but can ID find anything on the back end of that? They do get the top turret, so that has fallen. Now Gwenge kind of just checking out the jungle, taking a look around, see if there's anything else they can steal. There's nothing for them, though. And in the bot lane, Yarg has to stand alone. That turret is still there, but they can't even get over it. If they goes, Tactics and Corndog are just going to walk right on top of him, and it's going to be a dead Braum. He is buying time. Wheela's almost back. Zark going to take that top Herald for himself. And Yarg actually taking a lot of damage here. Has gotten stunned up, gotten locked up, getting hit by the sad bummy curse. And he will fall. The ult coming out of Cammy. Oh, here comes Gwenge, though. He's looking. Oh, a big ult, though, from the Ori is going to land. Tactics, though, will fall. Gwenge is going to pick that one up, and now he's looking to silence the Amumu. Gwenge and Wheela getting super low. The Herald will fall. And here comes 14th Reason looking for an opportunity to maybe pick up a pick here. But he's just going to back off. No one's going to get anything out of it. And the turret will continue to stand on the bottom side.
Yeah, Gwenge managing to get one from that, which will give him more agency in that solo run alongside Skedaddle. So we'll expect to see Jax push back just a little bit more. As we're actually seeing some crit come out from this Garen as well, going towards that Phantom Dancer. Will start to be able to rip through quicker and quicker onto that Jax, who's just trying to stay alive at this stage, as they have not been afforded the same kind of power as the rest. But Raptor, we have to have a real good look at this now, because that goal lead is not as much as you would expect, seeing the strength of their comp and how well they've been playing as a unit. ID are kind of thundering ahead now at this stage, and those 6 grubs, that's going to be a absolute menace for that Jax to deal with.
Yeah, he's not going to really be able to deal with Gwenge at this point. He is down a kill and 2 assists. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when it's Garen, that can be a whole world of difference. And he's not getting any help. Corndog has basically abandoned him on the top side. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Cammy will pick up that turret. Skedaddle trying to duel Gwenge, but Gwenge still continues to get the better end of this. The Herald will drop in the mid side, and it looks like they're going to try to ram it through, take that inner turret. The ult will drop, and that will stop the wave, but it won't matter with all these little grublings here. And Braum going to just use it to run away.
Yeah, it's the best form of escape. Trust. Like, it is the most fun way to escape any fight.
Not if you go right into Cammy. Cammy is here. The ult drop from Zark, just trying to poke at him. Flash forward onto Teals, but Teals will flash away. There are 4 members of GHG here against 3 from ID. And on the top side, the push continues. 14th Reason is roaming on his way up. Hasn't grabbed an ultimate yet. Gonna grab the sad mummies. Oh, does land the bandage toss onto him, but no one there to follow up. And Gwenge gets the solo kill on the top side. It's going to be the call to go for the turret. Meanwhile, the fight has broken out. Yarg has gone on into Teals. Going to have to try to drop these shields and go back. The Amumu ult is going to finally fall from 14th Reason, but he will fall himself. Zark trying to pick up Corndog, but he will fall as well. GHG trade 2 for 1 overall across the map, but they're going to lose the top turret. They're going to go for this dragon, but they have to send someone back because someone's got to deal with Gwenge.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Those 6 scrubs, Gwen will be able to do serious damage on that side lane if he's left unchecked. We will see Teals go back in an attempt to stop that turret from falling, and it will, and they will get their second Drake as well. So very, very good play from GHG, good fighting. Finally grouping up and using the strength of their comp to their advantages. But there's still that underlying Garen issue that's going to be in their face for the rest of this game. Every single play they make, someone will have to go back and check that Garen if they're not in the fight. And because they have a Ignite and not a TP, they're always going to be on a sideline.
Yeah, he's never going to be there for the team fight. He's always going to be trying to force the split. Skedaddle has the teleport, so we can join in, make these 5v4s fights and win out in them, but if you do that, you're probably going to lose your inhibitor at this point. Or, well, I guess they're on the bottom side, but he'll probably lose a turret or two. This Garen is just going to be able to shred so quickly the turrets. He's got the Berserker Greaves. He's got the Phantom Dancer. He's got the Stride Breaker. All I need to see him now is just get a Hull Breaker, and he'll probably just steamroll lane the moment Skedaddle backs up. So this is turning into ID really wanting to work around the split push. Yard going forward, looking for tactics. Cammy also has been a major threat this game. Got the Essence Reaver, has the Bloodthirster, but not going to find anything with it right there. On the bottom side, Gwenge is just trading with Skedaddle. Corndog is here, though. Gwenge has got to run. Dark is here as well. The entirety of ID's jungle and support are coming down to escort their top laner. Skedaddle is, well, it's because Skedaddle's got to call for a lot of help. Gwenge is just too difficult to deal with on his own at this point. And I'm not sure if anybody can solo deal with him anymore.
No, it'll be very hard for anyone from the team to deal with him, but they can, as a team, set themselves up to eliminate them. But here comes Yard, sets it up. Misfortune can't ult when Braum is there. And now it is Skedaddle on the back. It will be a flash away. There's still a chance here for them to turn this fight around. Here comes the Misfortune ult. Finally, Gwenage does finally fall.
He does finally fall, and the big, beefy top laner. Well, it doesn't take one to kill him, but if you got 4, it's not too hard. 14th Reason is roaming on the way down. Hasn't been spotted quite yet. Corndog now sees him, though. Is going to hit him with the bandage toss, but Wheela is here. Teleport coming on through. The ult pop by Wheela. There's nothing yet that 14th Reason has stolen. Skedaddle has fallen. It's going back on in. Teal's going to pick up that one, and Yarg isn't long for this world either. Cammy's going to pick that up, go godlike. Now they're looking for Wheela. Tick going forward. Wheela getting back up. Cammy gonna flash forward and pick up the double kill, but Wheela will at least steal. Teal's on the side now. It's up to Zark looking for tactics, who has to flash. The bandage shot's coming on through. Zark looking for it. Can he get a kill? He will not. Corndog's gonna pick that one up. And now it's Gwenage's turn to try the 1v3. He is hunting. Everyone is low. But I think he doesn't want to follow the same fate as his jungler, and he will back up. This game is basically dead even.
Yeah, they are neck and neck at the moment, but it's the scaling difference we have to remember in the back of our heads. It's like Wheela, yes, did go down there and did get pretty much obliterated, but the longer this game goes on, we're going to start seeing Immortal Shield bows come out. We're going to get extra shielding. That cleanse will come into fruition a lot more as well. And with them burning so much on the likes of the Garen, eventually it will be just too easy for that Zeri to find space. And it's the last thing you want is a Zeri with space, because they will take it and they will take your entire team with it.
Yeah, right now, Wheela doing good, but not anywhere near as good as Cammy. Cammy is having quite the game after what has honestly been a pretty rough series for him. He's even in their first game win, they really did struggle to get him going for a while. He's suffered in the smolder things. But this game, 8-1-4. It's just looking like such a powerhouse. Such a carry threat. We thought they would have such a hard time staying up for the Misfortune, but ID has not been using their abilities right to really block a lot of that damage, and it's Cammy is just having a field day.
Yeah, Cammy is having a field day, and let's give the Misfortune credit where credit's due. It is a hard champion to pile up with the new Bloodthirster build. With that extra movement speed, you get to stay in for so much longer. And being able to get around the map that quickly is incredible into the likes of Zeri. But things coming down. It looks like there's a play at being attempted here, and that's a big miss.
Yeah. Tactics is going to miss that ultimate now. Wheela Getting blasted by Cammy. Gonna be blocked by Yarg. They're looking. Zark is hanging around just in case the aggression is made. Corn Dog's on the bottom side, but it's just the two of them. I don't know if they're going to be able to take this Garen, but everyone is rotating on over. The dragon is almost up. They might try to look for Gwen and try to pick a kill off of it, but instead they're just going to go right for the dragon and try to put themselves on soul point. No contest right now from the side of ID. Gwenj is in the area, but I don't think he's going to contest. He's going to kind of push on this wave. And ID, they're just kind of hanging out, kind of clearing wards, quietly clearing the farm. They're not really getting anything out of this attempted dragon.
Yeah, not really much coming out of that one, as we will see a much slower pace now coming into the game, and I think both teams realize that if it goes to a game 5, anything could happen, and I think they want to be playing this one a little bit more conservatively and trying to set themselves up for a nice quick victory on both sides. They want to get the perfect fight. They want to set themselves up for it. And right now, your idea would have to be make sure that Wheela has that third item completed. Same with the likes of Cammy on that Misfortune. You want that Infinity Edge coming out. You want to make sure everyone is at their absolute strongest. The only issue is engages like this.
Yeah, Yarg tries to go in, but has been caught. Is on the run, dropping the shield, but the bandage toss just keeps getting him skedaddle, preventing him from running anywhere. And Cammy's gonna go legendary there. That's the call from ID. It's time to head to Baron. Teals still has teleport, consider join at any time. ID though, they all have to make a run towards the pit. They've got to stop this Baron from going through. This could be GHG's ticket to game number 5 right here. 14 threes and hanging out. Zark on the back, looking to go in. ID all pretty healthy. GHG is getting kind of low on their front line. The ult coming through, taking the Amumu ult. Wheela is here. The entirety of them here. It's a big 4-man Amumu ult. And now they're going on forward. Sark picks up Skedaddle. The ult coming through from the Misfortune is not going to be enough. All 4 members just collapse under ID's pressure. A double kill for the Garen, a double kill for the Gwen, and a shutdown in Baron. It's just all going up ID.
Yeah, that is one way to kind of impose your strength on a comp that wants a team fight, is just eliminate them one by one and never have to worry about it. And that Garen just ripped through them, and then the shred from Gwen on the other side was just... Gwen and Gwenage just won that right there, and I think that could be game because they have access to Baron now. They should be able to finally crack the base. But
I don't know if they're going to be able to because everyone's already respawned, but they are.
Reset and crack, not immediately. Relax, right?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant immediately.
Time on Baron.
That's true. They do have a whole 2 minutes left, but no one's backed up yet. However, GHG going on in looking for Zark. They have been cornered, though. Here comes Yarg. Here comes Gwenage. Skedaddle tries to get in. Wheela on the back, just trying to kite through at 14th Reason. Coming on in. They're looking for him. They're going to pick up Skedaddle. Yarg goes forward. They're looking for Teals and Cammy, but they will both walk away. Zark getting pretty low. And GHG, a little bit of a desperate play there. They thought they may have caught Zark, but really they were the ones caught out.
Yeah, there was an opportunity there, but Skedaddle just getting the worst of it. Didn't quite realize what was around. Vision was lacking, and this is going to be the final push. It could be the opportunity for them to end this right here, as Wheela is now all by themselves in a perfect position, dragging 2 over while the rest of them are trying to get that tier 3. But Corndog wants to get aggressive.
Yeah, he's trying to get aggressive. And on the bottom side, Cammy and Tactics are holding the line. The Misfortune, still a major threat. 9, 2, and 4. Has the Essence Reaver, has the Bloodthirster, has the IE. And there isn't really any tanks on the side of ID except for Grom, so it could fall any time. That inner turret will go down. And ID is slowly playing the choke on this game against GHG. That mid inhibitor turret is so close to falling. Zark is here. Yarg is here too. They're just going to try to shove it forward. Teal's just trying to do everything he can to prevent it. Oh, Skedaddle goes forward. Looking, but it will not find anything. And now they're continuing the push. Cammy on the hunt. Wheela has to dash over the wall to get away. And on the back here is Gwenage. They're looking for him, but I don't think they want to really run down after that. Garen Yarg has been landed upon. 14th Reason hanging out on the side. I don't think they know he's here. Cammy getting kind of low. Yarg drops the ultimate. He's trying to just kind of cut him off. Oh, a big ult from Teals really doesn't do much except against Zark. Meanwhile, Gwendage on the bottom side is going to crack the base. The inhibitor turret has fallen. And now the siege begins on mid. Baron's about to time out, but with 13 seconds till Mountain Drake, I think that will be the next call here. And I think ID should get this pretty handily. It shouldn't really have much contest.
Should be able to pick this up handily. Should be easy for them to get a couple of Drakes, especially with the strength they've now picked up. We're getting close to a 10k goal lead.
Yeah,
It's,
that went from...
Raptor, of all the games in best of 5 series I've casted, this has felt like one of the closest, and then suddenly ID just take a massive edge, or GHG in game 1 take a massive edge. It just seems like the mid and late game is really where these teams start to make the biggest mistakes. Their early games always seem to be decent, and they only make small mistakes in it. When it comes to that late stage, that's where the shot calling falls apart.
Yeah, it's just like you said this after the last game too. This mid-late game shot calling has just been so rough for GHG. They're struggling to really bring it all together despite the early advantages they found for themselves. They are down 8,000 gold right now, and trying to break this turret, try to lessen that just a little bit. Yarg getting engaged on tactics, goes in onto him. Yarg on the run. Wheela too, gonna get ulted up and get annihilated. The Misfortune ult lands on 2. And GHG find a way to bring themselves back into this. They're gonna hang out. Cammy is still staying around. Corndog Tactics still staying around. They don't have Skedaddle, though. They have to recall Teals. Gwendage has already taken him out, so nullifying any advantage they could really get from that.
Yeah, and they won't be able to get that inhib. That's the most important thing. Not being able to stop that Orianna back, crazy. But still a lot more to play for between these two, and it's just a matter of time before it starts to fall apart for both sides. They really need to solidify when they want to win. They need to go for it soon, or it will just end for them quicker than they have a chance to make their play. It's whoever pulls the trigger first in these situations, so it all could come to a head now in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, Baron is going to be up soon. That could be a point of contention. It could also be around that dragon. If GHG gives it up, though, it's not that big a deal. It only puts ID on soul points, not the soul. ID, though, they have to contest every dragon. They do not want these souls to go over to the side of GHG. They don't want to give room for Cammy to even limp out of a fight and to be able to turn an ult around. They've got to keep an eye on it. And with 2.5 minutes, gonna be a bit. 14th Reason and Corndog dueling on the top side. But while they're dragging everyone up here on the bottom side, Gwendage is still pressuring Skedaddle. Tactics is here, but Amumu Leona is not going to duel very well onto the Silas. Meanwhile, Teals has been caught. Wheela going forward, looking for it. The Misfortune ult from the side. 14th Reason will pick it up, but they're going to lose him, and they're going to lose Wheela for their troubles. Zark going forward, looking to try to get to Cammy, but he will fall. Meanwhile, Gwendage is just ripping into Skedaddle on these Nexus turrets, but is going to be forced back with the rest of GHG pushing. And once again, GHG managed to hold. I think this is the call to go for the Baron. It is up. There is still 20 seconds until anybody respawns on the side of ID. Yarg and Gwendage, though, could be threats. If Yarg gets 1 Q down, it could be enough for Gwendage to lock them up and annihilate them. Cammy is just clearing the wave. They're starting to rotate towards that Baron. Gwendage is on the heels, though. Yarg is here as well. Might head towards it. 2 seconds until Wheel is up. 14th Reason is up. The teleport is available for him. So they could possibly get into this. The Baron hasn't been started up yet. Teals is here. Corndog, Cammy, Tactics. They're looking for Gwendage. They really want to stop this Garen. They don't want him to be pressuring so much on Skedaddle. They want him to be able to join them around this Baron pick. Gwendage is coming back over, though. Wheel is here. 14th Reason's here. Zark's here. And Gwendage, once again, preventing any GHG from being able to get anything. Oh, they're already starting up the Baron. Tactics has been found. It's forced to flash. the teleport out of Skedaddle. They might try to catch him here, but they're not going to push that far forward. They see the rest of GHG. The Baron has been started. I don't think GHG realizes it's already been started up. There's no vision on it. Oh, they finally drop it. They realize what's going on. They're racing over here. Meanwhile, 14th Reason on the side. The Baron has fallen. ID has managed to pick it up. Yar going to drop the ultimate. Gwynage on the side there is going to pick up Skedaddle. Goes on a rampage, and the ult's going to drop onto Cammy. Cammy forced to flash and run away. Corndog now trying to buy space on the front line, but Gwynage will pick that kill up too and force his flash. And now there is no front line for the side of GHD. Cammy has to run, has to stay alive. If he falls, this will be it for GHG. Trying to clear the wave. They're trying to get back to the Nexus. They're trying to stop these Nexus turrets from falling. An inhibitor in mid will fall. The first Nexus turret will fall. ID is looking to end this game right here. Teals has been caught on the side. The ult's going to come through. Wheel is going to pick that one up. The Misfortune ult dropping through. The inhibitor Nexus turret will fall. Now Cammy's ult has been stolen. It turned back on him, and he will fall. And ID will take the series 3-1.
What a way to end it. Just Gwynage on the Garen double kill after Baron fights and just takes over. And look at the damage graph coming through. Cammy done their very best to bring themselves across the line, get to that game 5 and give themselves that hope. But Gwynage just said no on that Garen and said, this is my game.
Yeah, Gwynage just any time it felt like GHG had found an opportunity to get back in the game, they took a 4-for-0 fight. Gwynage would just keep them from doing anything, and it gave the time for his team to catch back up, to get things back in order, and to regroup. And it paid off. And GHG, sad way for the season to end for them, but you know, we'll hopefully see them again next season. It's been a pleasure to cast. It's been a pleasure to watch them. Yeah.
Of course they'll be back. What do you mean? Of course they're coming back.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, like you can't count out GHG. GHG are a brilliant org, have a lot of brilliant players, brilliant staff, brilliant people behind them. And I can't give them enough credit for what they are doing for the scene as well, especially doing so well in the qualifiers for the NACL. They are a brilliant group, and I'm very, very happy to have worked with them and continue to watch them. But ID are looking very strong to come back from a loss like that and bring themselves to a 3-1 victory. Brilliant as well. So I can't wait to see what ID are going to do closer to those finals.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do as they move closer and closer to the finals here in the Vanquisher League in the summer. To give you a little bit of an update on the rest of the playoff bracket, if you know anyone wants a quick update on that, we have Dorado has beaten Drop Dead Gaming. Oh, sorry, I have read that wrong. I read that as dog. It's DDG. Drop Dead Gaming wins against 2B 3-0. Flame Horizon wins. Sorry, they lost. They lost 0-3 to Flame Horizon. I'm reading this graph wrong. Forgotten Kingdom, AFK, has also been Star Nation Esports, and now Iridescent has been GHDG. And, you know, if you can find a stream of it, maybe one of XG's players, maybe Akuma Blade streaming, they're still going. It's 2-2 right now there in that quarterfinal. This has been very exciting. This is an exciting matchup. These have been exciting matchups to watch so far. We have some very strong wins. We have a little bit of back and forth. Like, it's everything you could ask for in a playoff.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. I'm very, very excited to jump back in next week and catch some more of these games. But for now, I am going to bed. Regardless of what everyone else is doing, I'm going to bed because it's 5 a.m. So we will see you all next week. Don't forget the rest of our games coming up later in the week. We will see you all soon. Peace.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a